everybody, and welcome back. I'm Dippy.
I'm Dudley.
I'm Derb.
And we're the Dapper D's, the only show that just started the intro on the ad break, apparently.
That's really my joke I came up with.
It's fine. Welcome to the Dapper D's, the only show that does 500 damage, even if I roll a nat 1, and you also get knocked prone, and you are also paralyzed. And now it's my turn. Natural 20, I win. Today we
You didn't have a lot of friends growing up, did you, Dad? Brad, I'm gonna stop talking. I didn't either.
Wow.
Just gonna.
To answer your question, no, I didn't. Welcome to roasting the worst rated homebrew on DNDBeyond. Now, DNDBeyond, everybody knows it, everybody loves it, and we'll tell you more about it. But we got some ad reads first. First and foremost, the Dapper D's is brought to you by W.GG, and they are a wonderful energy supplement that you can use to give yourself a little boost of energy before the end of your day. It just keeps you up and at 'em without the crash at the end. And it comes in a bunch of wonderful flavors. They have hydration tubs. They have other things like that to satiate, your thirst and give you energy to roast homebrews on D&D Beyond. So go to w.gg and use the code ANIpod. That's ANIPOD. In order to save 15% off of your next purchase. That can be off of the merch, off of the shakers, off the variety pack, off of the random pack, off of the anything on their store. Just go to w.gg and use the code ANIpod for 15% off. Thank you, w.gg, for giving us the energy to do this episode. And the music that you are listening to is provided to you by Harris Heller. You can go to this link at the top of the screen, streambeats.com, and use and you can download any of Harris Heller's lo-fi music for you to use for your streams and your YouTube videos, completely free. Streambeats.net is a subscription service. Do not go to them. Go to streambeats.com, because Harris Heller will never make you pay for sick beats. You are listening to his album Groove. Yes.
Groovy.
While you do the spiel, I forgot to turn my air conditioner on, so I'm gonna be right back.
Oh my gosh, all right. Well, then allow me to give you the spiel. Give us a like, nope, on the YouTube videos. Give us a follow if you like what you see. Give us a subscription if you're feeling generous. A Prime subscription gives us the money and you the ad-free experience at no cost to you with an Amazon Prime account. Give us a subscription on the YouTube channel to keep up with the VODs of all of our shows, past, present, and future. Follow the link tree in the description to see all of our other fun stuff, like the Instagram to see updates when we go live, clips edited by Bret, and memes made by Dono. Those will all come back at some point. The merch store has new merch on it that I love, and you can have a small piece of the channel with you if you go there and support us that way. And you can go to the fan Discord server where you can chat with us and all your other fellow ANIpod fans anytime.
It's cheaper than kidnapping us.
It's exactly. And more and less legislative intensive.
Yeah.
There's also a book club, and that's a fun thing too. As always, we appreciate anything you do to support the channel and support what we do here, but do what you can, not what you feel like you have to. Your financial security and responsibility is more important to us than us entertaining you. There are plenty of things you can do that do not take money out of your pocket, like following on Twitch and subscribing on YouTube to get all of the core content for free. You will always have access to all of the core shows for free via our YouTube channel, via our Twitch channel when we're live, and via our YouTube channel later, any other time. You can interact in the chat on Twitch, and interact in the comments on YouTube for analytics and interaction's sake. It helps grow our reach. And you can also just share the stream with your friends and your family to put more eyes on what we do, so we have more opportunities to do more things for you. So thank you for watching and supporting what we do. Stick around to the end for the upcoming schedule. And this is an adult channel with adult themes, although I feel like we're gonna have less of a problem with that and more of a problem with the content. This. So, look at that, perfect timing.
Wow.
And with that, we are going to be on D&D Beyond. Gentlemen, we have a lot of experience with D&D Beyond, I'm sure. Yeah. All of our D&D campaigns that we run on the channel run through D&D Beyond, don't they?
They do.
Yes.
Yes.
We have access to our sheets and all of our other stuff, like for Dark Energy. All of our sheets are on D&D Beyond. For Inquisition, all of my sheets and some homebrew stuff is on D&D Beyond. Moonlit Mist has the base sheets on D&D Beyond. So we're very familiar with this platform.
I do have a hot take about this topic, though.
Yes.
All right.
And I've had arguments with people about this in the past.
Yes.
If you are trying to run something and it requires homebrew, it makes much more sense to me just to pick up another system.
Bullshit.
It's my reasoning for this, and we got all this stuff, and I don't want to take away from Dippy's whole project. I'm sorry, but I need to say this.
Yeah, no. We're diving into this.
No, we are diving into this. Yeah, this is part of the episode. Absolutely.
Because having to get everything balanced, very few homebrews are truly 100% balanced unless it's by someone who has spent a long time playing these kinds of games. Yeah. Because, like, a lot of people that make homebrews, I'm just playing, a gunslinger vampire hunter, a fairy that also can fly. Or, and people add in races or classes or items. Yeah, I just have a Hellboy's Samaritan pistol. It's fine. It only does 4d10 at level 3. Excuse me?
I agree that balancing homebrew is hard. I disagree that finding another system is the solution. There isn't ever going to be a tabletop system that doesn't invite the homebrew, that doesn't say, make this your own, do whatever the fuck you want. There are zero systems that don't open the door for homebrew. Vampire the Masquerade has homebrew. Call of Cthulhu has homebrew. Enclave, the game that Dippy has joined the cult for, is like running.
No, it's 100% a cult. You can't lie to me.
I have
it's
only
really not.
Look, I'm gonna be real. The more I call it a cult, the more Dippy gets mad. So the more I'm gonna say it.
To be fair, it's like me when people say that my following on Twitch and on TikTok is a cult.
Yeah,
it's not a cult because I'm not getting the tax breaks for it.
Are there tax breaks for a cult? I don't think.
Oh, yeah, it's an organized religion.
But it's not a religion. All right, well,
man, we're straying. We're beginning to stray.
You don't have to sit and look for news. There's nothing wrong with looking for new systems.
Yeah.
Try new systems. That being said, if you sit back and you're like, D&D is working great, but I'm not hitting as hard as I want to be hitting, talk to your DM. Homebrew can fix that.
Also, Henwife in the chat, thank you for watching again. D&D itself isn't balanced. There are many attempts to balance it, but once you print it, it's printed, and people are going to pick up that game and look at the fact that you have, like, many different choices for actions and almost no bonus actions, and you're going to be pissed. And it's like, wait, what? I can do these things.
I wonder what's classified as, like, this is the most balanced tabletop system.
I don't know.
Honestly?
Power Rangers, I think.
Balanced mechanically or balanced? Because balanced mechanically, oh, that's a tough one.
Anything from Evil Top Hat or Evil Hat, the ones that made like Monster of the Week, things like that, those are pretty decently balanced, but that's because each class has its own specific purpose or use. You might not be able to put out as much damage if you're playing someone like the Punisher or someone like Sam Winchester in the first couple of seasons of Supernatural, casting spells and shit, but you're able to talk to people instead, or might be able to find clues easier by doing that thing. But that's much more balanced than, let's say you want to play a ranger or a monk in D&D 5e.
Yeah.
The ranger has never experienced the love of God's light. It's unfortunate.
If you Google most balanced tabletop system, there's a Reddit thread that pops up. The most liked comment on this thread if you want true balance, if you want things to be perfectly even on all ends of the table, just play rock, paper, scissors.
There's a video game. Fine point. There's a video game where the combat system, it's a turn-based rock, paper, scissors. Like, you pick it and then your opponent plays it.
Yes, I love that.
It's super funny. It's also a game that got discontinued being made until it got revamped up onto Steam because it ruined so many friendships. They kept suing the company that made it.
Oh, no.
The game is called Dokapon Kingdom, if anyone wants to look it up.
Oh, I think I heard of that before.
Probably.
Something similar to that. Well, today...
So after that spicy take.
Yeah, after that hot take. Also, just pointing out, all three of the settings that we run are almost 100% homebrew, so our point is almost moot. Like,
but I do that for my ease of my players, because I said at the beginning, hey, there are other systems I could play, and I was like, I'd rather play D&D 5. I'm not going to bully my players to learn something new.
That's fair.
It's also the comfortability of the table.
Yeah.
I so badly, I've pitched this before, a tabletop campaign that you jump between tabletop systems.
Mm-hmm.
I think
you've pitched it a couple of times, and I still absolutely want to do that.
I don't have the time commitment for it right now. I would love to start running it because I have so many books for tabletop sit. Like, I have a tabletop system called Athena, where you just straight up, you're like, I'm playing this Greek god, and the start of the campaign is, hey, in this weird version of history, humans created a mist that turned all the gods mortal, and they're coming after you.
Oh my god.
And that's the campaign. I'm like, ooh, fuck.
Huh. Well, how about that?
Maybe one day.
Maybe. But that is a fun idea for us to transition into. What?
Nothing, I'm just bullying Natalie as he's taking his drinks and his coffee.
Bret, the most supportive person. I can look at Bret and be like, I'm gonna figure paint with my own shit, and he's like, at least you're being creative. Like,
he just goes, no.
No.
All right. So we are looking today at DNDBeyond, which is a online tool set for D&D Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition and 5.5.
And if anyone bullies you to pay for it, I do this often. I run the D&D club, I stream here, I run my own campaign as well as players in multiple campaigns. I've never once paid D&D Beyond a fucking dime.
Fair. Yeah, I am not one of those people. I have had my subscription now for, I think, about 2-3 years, maybe?
Oh no, I ran out of room for my characters. Make a new email.
Yeah, that's also very fair. But today, whether or not we like the platform of D&D Beyond, and we are free to disagree or agree.
Oh, I
with
love
that.
D&D Beyond. I'm just saying, you can use it free.
You can use it free. It is harder, but if you develop that skill set to use it entirely free, please do use it. It is helpful. What we are looking at today specifically is the homebrew section of D&D Beyond. Now, this is fairly standard stuff. You can go to Homebrew, and anybody in a forum-like manner can make a spell, a monster, a magic item, a background, a feat, a species, or a subclass for Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, fitting within the D&D rule set, and they can be viewed. You can add them to your personal collections. But what we're focusing on today is that you can rate them. Rate it up or down, plus or minus. And what we're doing with this episode is we are looking at the lowest rated, the worst rated, because this is not a low number, but it is a very bad number. And
I mean, if anyone's stocks look like that, please leave the company.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
We're looking at the lowest rated D&D Beyond homebrews. We're gonna hit all 6 available categories today that you can sort by rating. There is a species category, but you cannot sort it by the rating that it has been given. I looked, there are some that are pretty abysmal, but you cannot sort it by the rating itself. So we will ignore that species section for now. and we'll just focus on what we can focus on with the rating. Now, let's put out a disclaimer here, first and foremost. Do not witch hunt these people. Our opinions are our own, and we're doing this for fun. We are not criticizing these people as people. We are criticizing design. Yeah, this is not a personal attack. This is an attack on the designs that they made.
I wouldn't even say an attack. This is
not even an attack.
We're going in open-minded. We're going in. You know, maybe this is actually great, and people have been sleeping on it. Maybe this is. What are we looking at? Spells? Maybe this spell is misunderstood.
There are 50 flies in my apartment. Find the spell that kills them. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Create bonfire.
Create bonfire.
That would be Bigby's hand.
Bigby's hand. Just swat them all with one hand swipe. So
well, you got to do the second you can whack one with your hand. Catapult.
Oh yes.
I mean, actually, catapult would technically work just in general because it's things up to 10 pounds. That you just huck.
So how do we feel about how many of each one we're gonna do? Because we can go through these quickly. We might go through these pretty quick.
We'll vibe base it. I don't know.
If it feels like we could maybe do a page, if not like half a page, depending on how quickly we do it.
6 categories?
Yeah, there's 6 categories.
Let's spend 5 minutes on each and call it a day.
5 minutes on each category.
Yeah, and then we can switch over to play Peak.
I still haven't fucking bought Peak.
Do it now!
Peak is very fun. I did recently buy it. Okay, so actually, speaking on that note, if we go through these relatively quick, do you want to go from the best rated, lowest rated on each page? Do you want to work up from and get worse and worse? Or do you just want to
gonna have to be eating garbage, I'd rather do the stuff that's like rusty nails before going on to like soggy bananas, you know, like.
Okay, then we'll go worst to first. So the worst rated spell, the worst rated homebrew spell on DNDBeyond as of recording July 7th, 2025, is a first level spell called Mind Control. This was posted in 2018.
Okay.
First level. Casting time 1 bonus action. See, look what I mentioned earlier. You wanted a bonus action. Range 100 feet.
That's pretty long.
Components verbal. That's pretty easy cast. Duration until dispelled. All super duper powerful. Necromancy School. No attack, no save. Allows the player to control any creature or possessed item within 100 feet as long as the player knows its name and language.
2 things wrong with this immediately.
Yes.
Why is it necromancy?
I know this is like a lower gripe on the list, but why the fuck is it necromancy?
I think it's like you're tapping into the life force of the creature by mind controlling it.
But that's like enchantment.
It's enchantment.
Yeah, this is enchantment.
This is an enchantment spell first and foremost. Also, holy fucking shit. Like,
this is unbelievably broken for level 1.
For level 1. This...
For any level.
Could you even make this a 9th level spell and it be fine? No.
No,
I
because
really don't think you could.
Even with things like True Polymorph, there still requires a saving throw.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm looking up right now how many spell slots a wizard would have.
There are also no comments on this. There are...
We're just picking like 5th level spells. That's 7, 8. That's 9 times you could cast it in one day. That's 9 people you can control until dispelled.
Mm-hmm.
Not also possessed items. So it could be skeletons. It could be. Ooh. It also says creatures. So that also means any beholders or literally any other creature.
Yeah. This has to have
this in your back pocket.
Yeah, this has to have a spell save. This has to be a higher level 1, and this is an enchantment. Boom, we fixed it.
Fixed. There's no fucking fixing this. This is awful. This is also removes so much either player or DM agency.
Yes.
In one fell swoop. And that's like the number one thing about the game is player and DM agency. And yeah, this is a bad spell. It's a bad spell. It's a bad spell.
Boom, roasted.
Rated down.
Oh no, Dibby, you're part of the problem.
I'm part of the problem. All right. Spell number 2. Acid Nap. Acid Nap. Posted November 25th, 2017 by Blue Space
Before
Queen.
you click on it. Brett, what do you think this is? Yeah.
Acid Nap feels like something that a mobster would say to a main character in a 70s cartoon.
Of course.
Give him an acid nap, you know? Like
I had the same exact thought.
Excuse me?
This is conjuration. So it makes me feel.
Can you close the other one? It's still showing up for us.
Oh, yeah. No, I was going to leave it open, but yeah. All right. Acid Nap. It feels like you're conjuring a pool of acid underneath someone. Let's see.
This makes you heal from acid damage.
This is a cantrip. This is a cantrip. It's 1 action, 30 feet, verbal somatic, instantaneous duration, conjuration school, make a con save, and the effect is poison. That
that's
seems
normal.
perfectly normal. You extend your hand toward a creature you can see within range and project a puff of noxious gas from your palm. The creature must make a Constitution saving throw or fall asleep. Also take 1d6 poison damage.
So they just comboed sleep and acid splash together.
Pretty much, and made it a cantrip.
Wait, this doesn't seem that bad.
The spell's damage increases by 1d6 when you reach 5th level, 11th level, and 17th level.
So I see the problem with it, just looking at it.
Okay.
How it's written, they fall asleep and then they take the poison damage. As according to the sleep spell and sleeping spells, as soon as you take damage, you wake up. As written, if it was the other way, if they take the acid damage and then fall asleep, that would make sense. But as written, they have to take a con saving throw, they fall asleep, and then they'd be immediately woken up as they get sprayed with lemon water.
This is a strange one because it feels fairly normal.
I would say, put this at first level and then do that fix that Brett said, and this is a perfectly fine fucking spell.
Yeah, put it at first level, and then swap the writing around. Maybe that's actually fine. It makes me wonder. So now we have to wonder what, because this had 41 positive points and 131 negative points. So it was highly rated. No, there's no comments on this one.
No comment. People aren't even explaining why they don't fucking like it.
It's almost like it's against the. You know what my theory is?
What?
It's the person. Blue Space Queen. Something happened with Blue Space Queen, and they
review
bombed.
What did you do?
What did you do, Blue Space Queen?
Contact us. You can put out an official statement on ANIpod.
Now wait a second.
Well, they probably went green and then died. If since 2017.
This is also from 8 years ago. This is from 8 years ago. So.
Were you a Minecraft YouTuber, Blue Space Queen?
Moving on swiftly and profoundly. Our next spell is Azamar Wings. A cantrip posted by Nightwing Grayson 12201.
You would think this gives you wings.
February of 2020.
My thought is that you give other people wings and they uncontrollably fly straight in the air.
See, I think this is just something that gives you fly as a cantrip. I would say with it this lowly rated, I would say that it's permanently give yourself flight. It's something like that. All right, cantrip. Casting time.
What do you mean
no
action?
What do you mean?
What does that
mean? Range touch.
Is it a free action?
Components none asterisk. None asterisk asterisk a wing feather from any bird. So there's no components, but there's also a wing feather from a bird. Lasts 1 hour. School transmutation. No attack, no save, a movement effect. Large wings sprout from your back. Angelic if good alignment, skeletal if evil. You gain a flying speed of 60 feet for the duration. After 1 hour, you must rest the wings. You fall if still aloft after 60 minutes.
It's just
broken.
It's just fly as a cantrip.
When you cast the spell using a spell slot of 4th level or higher, you can target 1 additional creature for each slot above 3rd.
It also does lean into alignment charts still, which is for some things. But also, why bone wings?
It's only available on the sorcerer. It's only
okay. That's another problem.
That's another small problem.
Okay, well, Celeste, with certain sorcerers, aren't there certain class things that do require alignment?
Yeah, not anymore. There used to be.
There used to be a couple things that would tamper with your alignment that would require your alignment. Yeah, but I hate alignment charts on all levels. Listen, there are some very good alignment charts that I have used, including the one for my game, the Inquisition. Instead of a 9-point alignment chart, it is a 25-point alignment chart. And it leaves room.
It's very good.
It leaves room for people to kind of slot into a spot that they feel a little better about than just the 9 spots. Yeah.
I'm gonna be I did not understand. Alignment was one of the last things I understood about D&D. And then one of my good friends that played was like, here, I know you, Bradley, you're going to understand it this way. And sent me an alignment chart that described it through blowjobs. And I'm like, got it.
Oh.
That tracks.
So, this spell, probably, here's what I think. I think this person made this because they were an Aasimar sorcerer. And they made this so that they could give themselves flight in their home game. Like, yeah. That makes sense. Like, they came to an agreement with their DM that, like, this is how it should work, and we'll make it a cantrip so that it's easier for you to do. Like, that kind of thing.
I want to, on that note, I want to pitch that any of these that are bad can make 100% sense in context of games. Like, even Mind Control being a first-level spell, that could be their way of describing, like, the Lich has infected your brain, and you have grown super powerful for your age, and, like I could see narratively, all of these could make sense at one point.
Yeah,
like,
they could.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, except Acid Nap. That just is
Acid Nap is mechanically wrong.
Period. -1 star. All right. So, yeah, this is... It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's also... It's broken.
It's free fly.
Yeah, it's free fly for 1 hour.
Except it's just to yourself, right? You can't do out to anyone else.
No, it's touch. Others. No, it's touch. It says you can target one additional creature for each slot above 3rd. Oh, this is fly that you can give to anyone because it's touch range, not self. Yeah, no, that's broken.
People fly and touch.
Yeah, no, that's broken. That's
fly.
For a cantrip, yes.
For a cantrip, it's broken. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, that seems really specific. That one spell slot above 3rd, but it's a cantrip.
Fly is 3rd.
Right.
So I think it's saying you can do it once. You can cast fly as a cantrip. If you want to cast fly twice, now you have to use the spell slot you would use for fly.
Right. Maybe.
And also, fly is touch. You can cast fly on other people.
Yeah, you can cast fly on other people. All right.
Oh, shit. Fly's also only 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is an hour.
It's just busted.
It's broken. It's just, yeah. Again, probably makes sense in the context of the world it's in, but we'll get there when we get there. All right. We are going through these a little slower than I imagined. Ooh. Yeah. So we'll do the next 2, and then we'll do monsters. Okay. We'll do the top 5.
Death Bolt.
Next we have an evocation cantrip, Death Bolt, posted by Wizard the Lizard on June 29th, 2019. This homebrew just turned 6 years old. Not too long ago.
This is my pitch for Death Bolt, and if this is not what it is, somebody in Dark Energy can get the spell I'm about to pitch. It's a cantrip that is power word kill, that kills you as well.
That also kills you. Oh, Jesus. Wow. There are 18 comments on this one. We can look at those. There were 6 on the last one too, but there are 18 comments on this one for sure.
Okay.
Death Bolt. Cantrip, no action, 100-foot range, no components, instantaneous duration, evocation school. Target takes 2,000 D20 necrotic damage.
This is Big Evil Bad nonsense. Like, beginning cutscene as you charge the Big Evil Bad and just blows you up.
Yeah.
Like
2,000 D20. This is what I'm talking about. 2,000 D20.
All right, so I just rolled 2,000 D20.
Oh my god.
It does not add the dice up for me. Wait. I don't want to count all this. Go back. I need a dice roller that will count it for me.
It doesn't add the dice. Oh, it's available on all classes too. It's available.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's available on all classes. Let's read some comments about this one, shall we? For the sake of making this realistic, is the first comment. Oh my god. Alright. Don't make this a cantrip. Probably should be equal to a 7th level spell or higher. Good point. Don't use d20s for damage dice. Also pretty true. I'm not against that.
I like the vibe of d20 for damage dice.
D20
I like
for
that
damage
being a
is
weird
like
thing.
really high risk, high reward. You should probably limit this to just wizards and death domain clerics. I wouldn't say monster slayers would also be valid, but just because that sounds like a rule of cool in terms of ruling the spell, especially if the monster slayer is fighting monsters whom are vulnerable to necrotic damage.
Yeah.
Again, this is like baby's first homebrew, and like this person is politely making so many nice corrections. The casting time would be an action. Yeah, there's it can't be no action. This should take verbal, somatic, and material components. The material should be decomposed material of some kind. It doesn't matter too much. Again, perfectly fine fixes.
The average dice roll for this would be 21,000 damage.
21,000 necrotic damage. And then you hit a creature that's immune to necrotic damage, and it's just like, haha.
You do it on a lich and they just get 21,000 temporary HP because they go.
Should probably be worded so that a deadly bolt of necrotic energy surges toward a creature or target of your choice within range. Damage effect should be listed preferably as a wisdom saving throw rather than an instant hit like a magic missile. Again, yeah. Damage should be reduced from 2,000 d20 to 20 d8, half on a successful save. See, again, these are all perfectly fine fixes.
Yeah.
Equally, you could be more unfair and say something similar to Toll the Dead and have it do 20 d12 if the target is missing any hit points. At an upcast, you could have the damage increased by 1d8 or 1d12, whichever dice you roll for damage.
Yeah.
Then an explanation of how this is similar to another spell. If left the way it is, it can be useful as a spell for a bad DM to give to a BBEG who hates a specific character in particular and ruins the game for pretty much every player who goes against him.
You know what's funny? I feel like this was created in response to a bunch of totem barbarians.
Yes. Yeah.
And then in response to that, Willow Hater just says, I think it is fine as it is.
Yeah.
Nice. I think it needs to make more damage. Keep it exact same, but at a point where if the target makes a saving throw, the caster takes the damage instead. Oh, that's
like that.
Like what you said, Deadly.
Yeah, that is like what I said, yeah.
The spell is so weak, my level 1 paladin could do more damage than it. I like this one, never change it. That was posted in 2023. 2 week buff spell. You should also make it so you use your entire body disintegrates and you die in real life. Perfectly balanced. I'll make sure to use this in my campaign. I'm sure the DM will allow it. Posted August of 2024 in response to all of the fixes that someone proposed for it. Let a spell be goofy. Shut with your rules lawyer. P.S. It's perfect, needs no changes anyway.
There you go.
So calling the person trying to fix it a rules lawyer. That's probably the funniest part.
What do you think is a reasonable amount? Like a reasonable amount of an absurd amount of dice, if that makes sense.
An absurd amount of dice that makes sense.
Like rogue, crit, sneak attack is normally a fuck ton of dice in one.
Yeah,
Hold up. Okay.
I'm looking up Chain Lightning in 5e because that's got a lot of dice in it.
Oh, you're right.
A lot of dice, yeah.
Fireball, Chain Lightning's got an obscene amount of dice. Blight also has a bunch of. As a 6th level spell, Chain Lightning does 10d8. That's decent. Yeah. I also prefer, actually, speaking of like, if I'm gonna homebrew a spell, if I'm playing D&D 5e, Power Word Kill, a 9th level spell, it should work in a cone of 60 feet, not one person. If I am burning a 9th level spell, if a beaver about doing something like that, it should kill everybody in that 60-foot area.
I'm with that, yeah.
Because dropping one person is not as scary as everyone dies.
I have homebrewed Power Word Kill to go until it's used up the 20 HP. So like, let's say they're using it on somebody at 50 HP, the next person takes 150 HP until they die, and then the next person, and then the next person, until you've dealt 200 points of damage to somebody.
I was about to say you said 20 at first. I was like, wait,
my bad, 200. I looked up most dice for one spell. Victorialic Sphere?
Vitriolic Sphere?
Yeah, 20 D4.
Oh my god. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, you start at 5th level and increases by 2d4 per level.
Yep.
I like, okay, after the 5th one, I'm going to pick, like, a couple that I like the sound of.
I thought we were moving on to the next section.
We have the 5th one of the top 5 worst is Flaming Barrage of the Awakened One, a 9th level conjuration.
Okay, this is a 9th level spell. It's going to be hard for me to fight against it, if I'm being honest.
Anime Tavo, posted in October of 2018. There are 21 comments on this. Oh god. Alright, 9th level spell, 1 action, 60 feet, verbal component, instantaneous duration, conjuration school. Quote the speech of the ancient primordials to awaken a power that's been kept away from any mortal that would use this spell for harm. Once the words moon runes awaken, O great one, is spoken, a rumble will begin to form around the party. It will grow in strength and then stop. A gargantuan rift forms in front of your eyes as a gargantuan-sized primordial comes through the rift, attacking the entity that the caster thought of while the spell was being cast. The primordial will then, with its ancient power, fire 3 orbs of ancient magic. The entity that the primordial is targeting have to make 3 separate DC 23 dexterity saves, or take 40 D6 true damage per dex save.
What is true damage?
Per dex save failed. To make the dice 20 D6 if the entity succeeds the save. For example, if an entity rolls all 3 saves, then fails 1, the damage dice would be as follows: 40 D6, 40 D6, 20 D6, and so on, so forth. Every dex save succeeded makes 1 of the damage dice 20 D6.
They already have a spell like this.
Do they?
Yeah, it's called Planar Ally.
You know, you're not fucking wrong.
You're not wrong. Also,
okay,
this is worded like the only show joke a little bit.
It is. It 100% is.
Which is so funny. A gargantuan rift forms as a gargantuan-sized primordial. No, a gargantuan rift forms as a tiny primordial comes out of it.
Just a little guy.
Like, you know, just... Yeah, this feels more like someone try-harding.
Oh, see,
more so than any of the other ones so far. Like mind control is very try-hardy.
Yeah.
But like this is try-hardy and like, oh, this is what the BBG uses, and let me describe what it is, and like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, like so much grammar and punctuation errors. More so than the other ones so far.
I will say 9th level spell. Like, you can cast Wish at 9 level, and all of this just happens anyways.
Yeah.
I'm kind of on board for anything being a 9th level spell.
Yeah.
Except, I think 40d6 is probably a little too much damage.
Yeah, a little bit. Also, true damage. I understood.
True damage...
I immediately understood what true damage was as soon as I read it. True damage is a damage type that forgoes all immunities, all resistances, to just deal its damage, like, period. Like, it is a damage type that cannot be resisted or immune to. Like, I get that. Like,
no evasion works, nothing, it just hits.
True damage was a thing in D&D 2.
Oh my gosh!
I just
wonder if
looked it
that
up.
dates this person. Yeah.
Probably a little bit.
I mean, yeah, I mean, if they want to go on dates with D&D 2, that's up to them.
Yeah. I love that they did. I love that they put runes in the description of the spell, as if anyone would have any context.
I was gonna say, this makes me feel like the DM made this for a player again for a story point.
Yeah,
like
probably.
Which in that case, you don't have to publish them. In preparation of this, I actually opened up my personal homebrew I've done for D&D campaigns. I haven't posted a single one because I know they make no sense outside of context.
That is true. I do want to see what one or two more of these look like. Yeah, what?
I do have one that's posted, and as I'm looking at it, 2 people I don't know have added this to their D&D campaign.
Uh-oh.
It's called Dad's Voice. It's a rod that lets you yell at people. That was made for Rock. Rock played a dad in the first season of Dark Energy.
Incredible. Doing a little friendly jab at our own here. I want to see what the hell million chains is.
I think that's pretty self-explanatory.
It's two. You summon 500,000 two chains.
2 chains. Million chains. Let's see what this is. All right, second level, 2 actions. Two actions. Wait, what? What do you mean it costs 2 actions? Okay, so you do an action on one turn and then another action on another turn, maybe? Range, 120 feet. Verbal somatic component, instantaneous duration. 30 chains come off from your body and fly through the air, and each do 1d4 damage. This move takes 2 actions, one to summon and another to fire the chains. Every spell level, it goes up by 5 chains. So, that's kind of badass, actually. That's actually really cool.
All right, I have a problem with this.
Yeah.
What's that?
Okay.
Why doesn't it restrain you when you get hit with the chains?
I was just thinking the same thing.
Because then it would be like a 3rd level spell.
You're right. I'm sorry. You're right. My bad. I'll see myself.
No, but for real though, like it's a 2nd level. Like, I don't hate this. I don't outright despise this at 2nd level.
But it's 30 chains.
Because think about it. Your first action, you have to summon them, and that's your turn. You can't.
Yeah. Right.
There's a lot of risk reward with this.
Is there?
I feel like there is.
Well,
okay. Even if you average it out, that's still like 30. So that's 30.
60 damage. That's 60 damage.
60 damage.
So 30 damage a turn, basically.
At level 3?
At level, yeah.
That's a lot
It's a
for
vibe.
level 3.
It's a vibe.
It is a vibe.
Like, this could easily be brought up a couple of levels. Like, it could be like a 5th or 6th level spell. You could add the restrain feature. You could do, like, pare down the number of chains, I suppose. Still keep it at like you got something going on here. I actually kind of like that. But I understand why it's so lowly rated. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little busted at level 2. I think.
A little busted, just a little. Yeah, no, we're only a third of a way through one break period, so we do monsters and magic items and then the break, and then we do the other 3 and call it an episode.
Sure.
Probably.
I want to really wait.
What?
I want to. All of these have been damaged. Healing wind. What the fuck is that?
Healing wind.
It's gas. I'm pretty sure it's having gas for lactose intolerant.
It's a cantrip. Evocation. 1 bonus action. 30-foot range. Vocal component. Healing effect. A creature of your choice that you can see within range regains hit points equal to 1d4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. This spell has no effect on undead or constructs. The spell's healing increases by 1d4 when you reach 5th level, 11th level, and 17th level.
I don't see anything wrong with this.
There aren't any real healing cantrips other than like spare the dying.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with a healing cantrip, if I'm being honest. There should be a healing cantrip.
I don't know. It's just one of those. I don't see anything mechanically wrong with this.
I would maybe switch it to an action.
Yeah, maybe.
Yes.
If you want, but I personally believe that all cantrips should be bonus actions. That's just my humble opinion.
I agree. Dono used to homebrew it. Once you hit level 5, all cantrips became bonus actions. Which was great.
I'm not offended by this at all. Healing wind. We could use a healing cantrip in a game or 2. Not anyone specifically on here. Yeah. Agrion's Choice of Demise sounds like a fucking metal band.
It does.
I'm too curious. 8th level necromancy.
Oh, this is one of my biggest pet peeves in the word. Duration 2 rounds. I hate that in D&D. I hate when people are like, it lasts blank amount of rounds. Like, no, because what if combat ends? How long does it last after that? 6 seconds? Does it just turn off? Like,
yeah.
Agrion's Choice of Demise, 8th level, 1 action. You can ritually cast this. 30 feet, verbal somatic, 2-round range. You shout the command word, and 1 creature of your choice within 30 feet of you makes a DC Intelligence Arcana saving throw. If they succeed, they choose from one of the following effects. Take 5d8 psychic damage, be thrown 60 feet into the air, be poisoned for 5d4 hours, become incapacitated for 4d2 rounds, be teleported to a random plane of existence, or suffer the effects of the Gias spell for 1d4 rounds. If they succeed by 5 or more, there is no effect. What do you mean if they succeed by 5 or 5 or more? What? No, that's not if you succeed.
Yeah, if you succeed, you pick something to happen. If they fail, take 5d8 psychic damage and become incapacitated.
If they fail by 5 or more, they take 48 psychic, 48 necrotic, and are paralyzed from the waist down for a d4 hours.
Okay, it's complicated, but there's a fun mechanic in this. I love the idea. Like, Fireball would be a fun example of like, oh, you succeeded? All right, choose between taking the damage or catching fire. Because those are the 2 side effects of Fireball.
Yeah.
Of like one of the effects to happen to you, not both, because you succeeded.
Yeah. There's a fun mechanic buried in there.
Yes.
But that's also like that's also kind of like a fuck you, choose how you die spell. Like,
yeah. All right.
It's not the most overpowered thing in the world, but it's up there. Like, because that's when you succeed on the saving throw. You choose one of the things to happen to you, and it's like, I don't know. Like, something terrible is going to happen to you either way. I don't know.
All right.
Also, that's happened to you. This is probably a spell a player has that, like, enemies have to choose, and then the enemy can just forego one of the things that happens to them. I don't know. So that is the worst homebrew spells. We move on. Oh, no. Sorry, I read the timers wrong. There's 15 minutes before the next break. Oops.
Okay, that's fine.
So next we have monsters. And already we have someone trying to make a god into a monster stat block.
She's not the goddess of light, but I appreciate that attempt.
Yeah.
So we have challenge rating 30.
That
Gargantuan celestial neutral good Aphrodite, the goddess of light, love, and beauty. Oh, it's an actual stat block! Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Wow.
Oh, we might be at monsters
this is
for a hot minute.
No, this is. I think we're only gonna do like 1 or 2 of these.
First and foremost, I think a deity should not be a stat block 30. I think a demigod should be, because your characters shouldn't be battling gods.
No, they shouldn't.
Unless, because like the highest thing is a Tarrasque, right? Like that's what most people think is like the, or this like what's Tiamat's rating even?
The Shadow Stalker in July of 10th, 2019. This is about to turn 6 years old in homebrew terms.
What's Tiamat's stat block?
I don't know. Does Tiamat have a stat block? Holy shit!
Yeah.
There's a whole campaign where you fight her in the end.
So this stat block is the only thing that we're gonna do in the monster section because it is fucking massive.
We don't have to cover everything in it.
No.
Like,
no,
but like scroll up. Like
fucking massive. Okay, armor class 460.
This isn't. That's D&D 3.5 rules for the record. That is some sort of armor class you find in 3.5.
Hit points 21,150 hit points, or 300 d20 plus 18,000.
How much damage was that? Finger of death or like whatever cantrip that was?
Deathbolt could kill Aphrodite. Yes.
I know exactly why this was made. Some DM was running a campaign that Aphrodite was like a god in, and the players kept making jokes that at the end of the campaign they were going to go fight Aphrodite, and the DM was like, here, you can even metagame. Here's the monster sheet for her.
Sheet. Good
you
luck.
Still want to fight her?
Yeah.
Like,
12,000 foot walking speed, 36,000 foot flying speed. So you've gone hypersonic.
How big are your maps?
It's just
that's what I'm worried about.
It's just fucking instant transmission bullshit.
Basically,
and like, yeah.
I'm looking up the actual. That's 1,363 miles per hour.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking incredibly fast.
Here's Tiamat's stat block.
Hit me.
No.
Okay.
Where is this being posted?
It's consensual.
No. I guess I'll put it in the Zoom call.
Oh, excuse me.
All right, Tiamat. All right, so for context, Tiamat has 615 hit points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And mind you, her challenge rating is also level 30.
Yes.
Ooh, there we go. Yeah. Can I drag this over here? Yes, I can. Whoop. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, this is a Chrome window when I need it to be. Here. There we go.
Yeah.
This is Tiamat's stat block. This is a more balanced Tiamat stat block. God stat block.
I think this is the Tiamat from the campaign, because one of the campaigns that A Wizard of the Coast came out with, you fight Tiamat at the end.
Yeah,
you start like
25
level 1
AC,
to 20.
25 AC, 30 D20 plus 300, 615 hit points. Yeah, this is what a God stat block should look like.
Yes.
And this is what this one looks like.
I will say, I feel like if they made Tiamat today, because of how much people have broken D&D over their knee, Tiamat's hit pool should probably be a little bit bigger.
I was thinking the same
Maybe
thing.
a
I'm like,
little,
650 actually isn't that absurd. Like,
No.
Yeah.
Because, like, what, an Ancient Dragon has, like, 400?
Yeah.
All right.
Close to that.
Her save, she has 24 strength, 26 dexterity, 26 con, 28 intelligence, 28 wisdom, 30 charisma. Again, just about maxed out in whatever stat. 16, 17, 17, 18, 18, 19 on her saving throws. Again, just pretty much maxed out. Skills: acrobatics, deception, insight, investigation, medicine, perception, performance, persuasion, religion, and stealth all are plus 405 or more. So, like, I don't think there's any way for you to bring that number down to a point where it can fail. I don't think there is.
And to clarify, look at the actions real quick, like damage wise.
Mm-hmm. Plus 435 to hit.
The damage is
3,000 foot range.
1,700.
Yeah, 1,700 damage.
Tiamat's is 24 to hit, like 24 damage if you hit them.
Mm-hmm.
The max you can do is 26. That's a little weak. I feel like that should be a little bit higher.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe make that closer to 40, but that way you're doing maybe a fourth or a fifth of each one of your players.
Man, you just have to emulate this sheet. Like, this is perfect for a god. Like,
I'm looking at the traits, and there are a lot of them that are obviously wild and out of the left field. My favorite is Divine Concentration. Aphrodite can concentrate on up to 30 spells at once.
If she fails a concentration check, she chooses which spell ends.
Yes.
Potent spellcasting. When Aphrodite casts a spell that heals, she adds her charisma modifier 70 to every healing roll of the spell. Potent spells, distant spells, lengthened spells, words of a goddess. When Aphrodite casts divine word or power word stun, the hit point threshold for the spell to take effect is increased 300 times.
No.
Alter reality. Aphrodite does not suffer the stress of a mere mortal would for casting the wish spell.
Fucking regeneration. Aphrodite regains 2,500 hit points at the start of her turn if she has at least one hit point.
So you have to theoretically find a way to deal 22,000 damage in one round of combat before Aphrodite goes.
The only way, also, I'm gonna be honest, Aphrodite is a war goddess. Switch her intelligence with her strength. Just saying.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Wait, no, she's like a
living light.
tactician. Like,
while in
That's Athena.
living light,
you're
while
right.
in dim or bright light, Aphrodite has resistance to all damage.
This is like you have like 30 people at the table and they're all level 20 and just like this is like a family or like a table reunion sort of thing.
Yeah.
And you're like, go ham, guys. Like,
good
build
luck.
those wacky characters.
Well, this is also a fuck you DM stat block because the DM has to keep track of all of this.
it is.
Yeah.
This is, look, charity event. Everybody in ANIpod gets together and you play every character you've played on ANIpod at once. So like one round of combat, Like everybody has their own initiative when we try to
Lord.
take this thing down. What is this?
Charming presence. Each creature of Aphrodite's choice that starts its turn within 3 million feet of her and is aware of her must succeed on a DC 423 Wisdom saving throw or become charmed for 8 hours. A creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns or when it takes damage with disadvantage if Aphrodite is within line of sight, ending the effect on itself on a success. If a creature's saving throw is successful or the effect ends for it, the creature is immune to Aphrodite's charming presence for the next 24 hours. There you go.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you just, yeah.
I think, in case I was curious, 3 million feet is more than the entire diameter of the Earth.
Yeah.
By a lot.
Yeah. By a lot.
By about 10 times if my math, or close to that if my math is.
Healing aura. Each creature of Aphrodite's choice that starts its turn within 3 million feet of her magically regains 820 hit points. So, of her choice. So she can bring her friends with her, and all of her friends get healed for 820 at the start of her turn. Reactive. Aphrodite can take 1 reaction per turn rather than 1 per round. That's busted. That's fucking.
You know, that's
the busted part of the entire
the-
build.
yeah.
No. All of this is busted, obviously.
All right, let's move on to the We've done it this one a good amount. Are there comments on this?
We have.
There are 2
admire
comments on
Aphrodite's
this.
form several times. Let's move
There
on.
are 2 comments.
Portfolio
Let's
sense.
look at the.
What the
I wanna
fuck
look at
is
the
this? Aphrodite automatically senses any event that involves her portfolios, light, love, and beauty, regardless of the number of people involved? What the fuck does that mean?
Oh.
Any sort of ritual or anything
We do
anyone's
have
doing involving
we
her.
do have a break on the horizon. What are the 2 comments for this? Also, there's layer actions
Of course.
Yeah.
and regional effects. There are previous versions of this.
Oh, thank God they updated it.
Thank
That's what I was worried about.
Thank God they updated this. No, I can't see the comments.
All
on it.
right. Oh well.
I don't see them.
Probably were blocked
Ads. Yeah, maybe. Shadow Stalker. I have to know. We have to know.
I don't.
What the
I don't
hell
care.
did your players do? What did they do to deserve this? This is awful. Look at her unarmed strike. 405 to hit, 2,000 foot range on
Let's
one
move on
target.
to something else, man. We'll be here all day sucking on Aphrodite if we don't move on.
Yeah, we are. This is fucking abysmal. Oh my god. All right, last thing before the break is, you know how she has an every reaction every turn? In response to being hit by an attacker spell, Aphrodite can meld into light, avoiding all effects of the triggering attacker spell.
I'm going to the restroom.
Yeah. We'll be right
Mostly
back.
to throw
Don't go
up.
anywhere. Yeah, mostly to throw up. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with magic items after this. Oh, where are we? Where do we go? Oh, there we are. Welcome back. So, we are looking at the worst rated homebrew items on D&D Beyond, and we are looking at the worst rated magic items. So, to start us off, we have the Necronomicon of the Undead, posted by Ghost Fears.
Isn't that an oxymoron?
I think it's redundant. I don't think
redundant. It's not oxymoronic. We posted by Ghost Fears, February 27th of 2018.
Sorry.
This is -94 is the lowest rated item.
Which
on
actually
items.
isn't that low compared to other things we have seen already.
Yeah,
Yes.
other things we've already seen have had like 3-digit negatives. All right, Necronomicon of the Undead. Wondrous item, legendary, requires attunement by a sorcerer or wizard that knows necromancy spells and needs meditation.
Okay.
Okay, why not bards? Bards can be gothic.
The Necronomicon of the Undead has a hard skin-leathered covered book. With many spells that holds the power of necromancy. The cover of the book shows a face that seems to have came from a real human but was ripped off of its head.
Poor guy.
Poor guy. Origin. The Necronomicon of the Undead was made before the war between the undead and the living to outnumber the side of the living, but the book was cursed by one of the great wizards. Once the book was cursed, the book had to be sealed right away to prevent anyone to have the terrible curse. Many have tried to get the book for years, but none have passed the trial by the necromancer, the guardian of the book. After a few years guarding the book, the necromancer was filled with greed and took the book for himself and his desires. To regain the book, the great wizard killed him once and for all, and he has returned the book to its rightful place. Where is its rightful place? Where? Okay. Powers.
Florida.
The Necronomicon of the Undead grants the power of summoning any number of undead creature.
Just any number.
Any number of undead creature. Yep.
However many you want.
However many you want. The curse. Whoever wields this book will have an eternal curse cast on them once touched. The curse will not let you throw or let go of the book until you die. The only way to lift this curse is when rolling a dice if you've used up all of the charges of the book.
Well, that makes mechanically, this makes no sense. Only we gotta be honest about that.
There's, are there any, there's no charges to be spoken of? There's no...
Nope. There should be a chart of like how many you could do of each thing.
Yes.
Guys, I don't think there's saving this one. I don't think you could save this.
No. This is exactly how you save this one. The curse turns it the second you touch the book. You are now an undead creature. Hey, you need a limit. You don't just get to summon unlimited creatures. It has charges. Like it has, even if we make it big, like 10 charges, and each charge is 10 undead.
Yeah.
And then when you run out of, like, it replenishes 1 charge at dawn. If you go to 0 charges, you die. There you go.
I have it doing it a little further. Keep yourself, make yourself an undead. And if it's gonna be the Necronomicon,
the Necronomicon of the undead.
Necronomicon of the undead.
Well, that's a typo. It's the Necronomicon.
The Necronomicon, the romantically necrotic book.
This thing is filled with so many typos, like more than a lot of other things we've seen so far. Like this is just poorly grammared.
What else did you have, Brett?
Give it charts for different books. The more charges you use, the more likely you're able to actually fall to the book and become a puppet of it.
Right.
And yeah, make it like a battle of wills.
Yeah.
And I'd say that if the book loses charges, you lose possession of it, and you'll spend the rest of the campaign trying to find it again, trying to reclaim it.
Ooh, I do like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I am very interested in Anime Girl Ring.
This has
I think it's pretty
13,000 views. This is a significant amount more views than the other things. and it's rated so lowly just because of how many negative ratings it's received. It had 59 positive ones and 140 negative ones.
So this is a controversial one.
It's
this is
controversial, yes.
This is divided.
With 18 comments posted by The Gaming Ninja 55 on November 5th, 2018. Here we go. The Anime Girl ring. Ring uncommon. Requires attunement by a player putting on the ring. Yeah, just say it requires attunement. The ring is a small silver ring, and when Identify is cast on it, it reveals it's a ring of 3 wishes. But when a player puts it on, it tightens around their finger so it can't be removed, and it automatically attunes to it. While attuned, a player gains the following benefits. They gain a +8 to charisma to a max of 28. They gain dark vision for an extra 60 feet.
Okay.
Okay. This is an uncommon item. Cursed. Bold, underlined, 4 exclamation points.
Cursed.
Cursed.
This ring is cursed, and anyone who attunes to it will feel a warm sensation go through their body, making them more comfortable and unwilling to part with the ring. The attuned creature becomes a size of small. Their eyes get bigger and their mouths get smaller. The attuned creature becomes overjoyed and wants to hug and kiss anyone they meet. If a creature was hugged or kissed on the lips for more than 6 seconds, a new Anime Girl ring appears on the non-attuned creature's finger, attuning them to the ring and gains the curse. The attuned creature's hair grows longer. If the cursed creature is male, they become feminine.
No, this is amazing. This is the best thing we have seen all day.
The bar isn't that high, to be fair.
Look, it's a zombie outbreak of anime girls.
Of anime girls, yeah. Comments.
This is fucking hysterical.
Guess what my wizard got tricked into wearing today? Lol, what happened? Come on. Oh, that's from the creator. Yeah, lol, what happened? Yeah. How absolutely horrible, unbalanced, and character breaking. I love it.
I would absolutely run a one-shot with this item. Like, I would in a heartbeat.
Can you imagine Kana finding this ring and not realizing what it is? It just puts it on.
Oh, fuck,
we need, really quick, we need a quick, like, I need Boston Jones Anime Girl.
Boston Jones Anime After defeating the horrible dragon, you notice a small silver ring sitting at the very top of the treasure hoard. I go up to the ring and cast Identify. Your spell identifies it as a ring of 3 wishes. I steal the ring and put it on. You notice the bard immediately becomes shorter and her hair gets longer. Her lips become tiny and so does her nose. Standing before you is now an anime girl. The barbarian. Oh, crap.
Yep.
Perfect. Did he just, like, come in and scare you? Oh, something happened. Yeah, no, this is anime-themed body horror. Yeah. I can see that this would be very controversial. It's funny. It's really funny.
Yeah.
+8 to charisma to a maximum of 28 is crazy.
That does mean if you get the charisma book, you have a charisma of 30.
True. Oh, man. You would have to be wearing the ring already, though, and are you really going to care about a book if you're an anime girl?
Yeah, some anime girls like the library.
Plenty of anime girls are like, well, how dare you?
You don't watch enough anime.
Apparently not. Yeah, that is 76 people have added that to their homebrew collection.
Again, I would run a one-shot with those.
Yeah,
Imagine if it was Lord of the Rings, but this was the ring.
This is the one ring.
Oh no!
And Frodo has to resist the temptation.
Frodo already turns into an anime girl, and Sam just has to be like, but you have to make it to the fires of Mount Doom, Mr. Frodo. Mrs. Frodo, I'm so confused.
And the whole thing is him convincing himself not to kiss him.
Oh my god.
People only think that Sam's a little gay for Frodo. Like,
God.
No,
Perfect
he's
item.
just a guy.
Item.
All right, the Abyss
I can understand why it's rated.
Yeah.
Abadas's sword. Abadas's a badass's. A badass's sword. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Abadas's sword of god slaying artifact weapon longsword required attunement. Posted by Brass DTV on April 3rd, 2018.
I have had an idea for an item, I'm assuming similar to this, where
Oh,
I love
boy.
the idea of like a sword that does like 1d4 slashing damage, but does an absurd amount of damage if you're attacking a god. Like,
Yeah. Weapon longsword. Artifact requires attunement by a lawful alignment.
ooh,
Angelic Wrath. All attacks made with this weapon are made at advantage, and 2 attacks can be made as a bonus action.
Okay.
Thanks
Okay.
to the item, not just because of your skills. Angelic Mercy. You can cast Healing Word as a reaction at first level if you see an ally fall unconscious within 60 feet of you, even if you don't have access to the spell.
I like that
Interesting.
actually. I do like that.
After level 15, this sword grows with you. Attunement growth. While attuned to this weapon, you add your character level to your hit and damage totals for this weapon.
Okay.
I like that as well. I'm
That's
here
kind
for
of
that.
nice, yeah. Death Strike. Rolling a 20 on a melee attack results in activating the effect of spell Power Word Kill, targeting any creature within 60 feet. There it is. There it is. It's a Power Word Kill. And Broken Divinity. Targets damaged by this weapon can't regain hit points until the start of your next turn.
I also like that actually. Wait, that's okay. I don't mind that.
I don't
Hold
mind
on.
that. This weapon has
Is
the
it-
following mastery property. This
Is
is
it-
D&D 5e 5.5e stuff.
Yeah.
Is a longsword just has sap on it, so
Yeah. All right. What were you saying, Brett?
Isn't there a sword that, like, if you roll out to 20 on it, it just decapitates the person you're
Yeah,
fighting against?
Vorpal
the
sword.
vicious. Yeah.
Wouldn't that
That's it.
make it a little more balanced than Power Word Kill?
Yes.
yeah.
I like Dimension 20. What the fuck season was it? Crown of Candy. Lou Wilson, like he played the king and whatnot. He had a axe, I think it was, that like specifically was like, if you get a nat 20 on somebody that has harmed someone in your family, it's an instant death. Which is like a weird mechanic, but it was so like narratively very fun.
Yeah.
I actually don't mind this. I really don't.
This
Because
is
that's not. Yeah.
this would be like, it is an artifact, so you're not gonna find this like early on unless you're
No.
just doing a lot of exploring. You're also probably like it's OP for sure,
Yeah.
but items are allowed to be OP. I would
And
say that
especially-
you can't. I would say that an item cannot give you extra attacks. It has to be something that your character, like your class, gives you. Like that's a little broken. I mean, the whole thing is, but like Death Strike, a nat 20 like gives you Power Word Kill. That's a bit much. Like
Yeah.
a bit much.
Yeah. Make
Any
it like,
creature within
yeah.
60 feet, also not necessarily the one you're attacking.
Which is
Yeah.
wild. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Other than that, I think this is fine. I think this is
Because the Vorpal Longsword that decapitates people
yeah,
has like a caveat, if I remember right.
yeah.
Because we had one in Inquisition at one point. And I
No, you had a
and I-
vicious longsword. Vicious meant you could crit on a 19.
I thought
Oh.
Vicious gives you extra 7 damage every time you roll above a 20.
Here we go. The Vorpal Longsword, there are creatures you can't decapitate. And then it just becomes 68 slashing damage instead. Which I think is wild. That
6d8?
decapitation
Yeah.
Decapitation equals 68.
To be fair, most people only have 1d10 of damage.
Fair. Fair.
So yeah, that's not the worst thing in the world.
It's really not.
It makes me wonder what brought it so low. I don't know. Next we have the horrific Infinity Slayer. Ooh, lots of negative with not a lot of positive to back it up. This is a legendary greatsword. You gain a
Okay.
+5 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this magic weapon.
Okay.
When you hit a creature with this weapon, the
Ah.
creature takes an extra 50 d20 slashing damage.
Well then.
For the purposes of this weapon, creature refers to any creature with the any type, including commoners and unaligned creatures.
Oh.
This is a genocide weapon.
Yeah.
When you hit an object with the Infinity Slayer, the object disintegrates unless it is a magical item.
Okay.
Proficiency with the greatsword allows you to add your proficiency bonus to the attack roll for any attack you make with it.
Oh, that's
Okay.
fucking broken.
Yeah,
No, wait.
it's broken. Get rid of it now. No, 50 d20s. What did we just say for the Vorpal Longsword? 6d8
8.
68.
is
Yeah.
probably the most that any sword should ever be doing. This does
I don't think
200 times that amount.
I would say 5d10 if you want to make it like a very, very busted sword, but like this is level like 18, 19, 20 level like weapon. 5d10 makes sense.
Yeah, this is 50 d20. Here we go again with the d20 as damage die. I would say d20 is high risk, high reward damage, obviously. Like, you could do 50 damage, but you could also do 1,000 damage with this.
Yeah.
You could, if you really wanted to. So, I think, this is like a... I love the first guy. That is OP. Yeah. Exactly why it's called... Oh no, this is the creator responding. Exactly why it's called horrific. Also, don't forget Infinity talks about damage. Slayers of all places come to use this to kill dragons. Because we needed more powerful options than a Vorpal sword. Way too overpowered. Yeah. No DM in their right mind would put this in their game. Creator responds, true. This should probably be an artifact because this is super busted. Yes, if it's overpowered by Willow's standards, is too overpowered. Apparently Willow is famous within the homebrew community, it sounds like. I'm gonna need a burn heal for that one. Oh, no, it was a joke. Yes, it was. Please do not add this to anybody's campaign. Do not plunge sword into the ground. Oh no. Is a planet a magical object? Is a planet a magical object?
Depends on the world lore. Depends on the
core of the world, yeah.
Because if the earth, like if the ground under your feet's a god, then yeah.
I'm not sure a planet would qualify as an object. Was an entertaining comment though. Seemed like a balanced weapon. Oh wait, this is 5e and not Pathfinder? What the fuck? Oh, Pathfinder burn.
Shots fired, goodness.
Pathfinder burn.
Thank God I can add my proficiency bonus to attack rolls.
Yeah. All right, so that was the horrific Infinity Slayer, and number 5 on the top 5 worst rated magic items is adamantine mithril plate.
Yeah.
Just an item that just straight up exists in the game. Uh-oh.
I think it's a fusion of them.
Legendary plate armor. You gain a 125 plus bonus to your AC while wearing this armor. You do not require proficiency to wear this armor. Plate consists of shaped interlocking metal plates to cover the entire body. A suit of plate includes gauntlets, heavy leather boots, a visored helmet, and thick layers of padding underneath the armor. Buckles and straps distribute the weight over the body.
I'm gonna add this to Zog really quick.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think this is gonna help you against Aphrodite though.
It's not.
No, it's not. Because
neither will the horrific slayer.
Do like 400 something or other.
Yeah.
This is my wild ass save for this. Just add one sentence. You will always crit fail on saving throws.
Or dex saves too. Any stealth check.
Yes. Crit fail on all
throws. Yeah.
All saving throws and dex checks. Yeah.
Yeah,
that would be a fun item. Yeah. I genuinely think that would be a really fun item.
The min-maxer's delight. Dragon Engineer, hello! How you doing?
Hello.
We're looking at the worst rated homebrew items on DNDBeyond. Hooray! Oh yeah, I gotta get rid of Tiamat here real quick.
Bye, Tiamat.
Bye, Tiamat.
Bye. I'll call you later.
Hope you find your dad. Aaron's potion of life?
Oh, fucking, what is that?
The target, if dead, is alive with no bad stuff, will temporarily have 1,000 hit points. Only one of these potions is known to exist.
Who the hell's Aaron?
It's a Key and Peele sketch.
No, I know, but
I'm throwing it out there right now. One of these exists in Dark Energy now. There is one of these.
Oh no! Well, if dead is alive with no bad stuff.
With no bad stuff. No bad stuff.
No exhaustion levels or anything. Yeah, they're just up.
They have no memories of their dad forgetting them at school. Like
a CQ'd fanifoler.
You want to talk about that?
A CQ'd Ace Qued fanifoler. Well done. Yeah.
I need to know what the AF ring is.
I was looking at that too. A faint magic aura surrounds this ring with no known source. Boo. It's nothing. It's literally nothing. Kingsley.
This was posted
3 years ago.
I
love
actually
that.
do like that. I like it a lot.
It's a plot hook.
It is. I like casting Identify on it and just nope. That's all it is.
A faint aura. Yeah, that's all.
Actually, in the last episode, a couple episodes ago of Moonlit Mist, the cleric tried to cast Identify on an item, and they got to a certain point, and then for some reason, it seemed like the goddess was not giving them the rest of the information on the item.
Yeah.
Can we, well, while the three of you or the three of us are here, can we talk about you hitting me up for noon really quick?
Yeah, what's up?
When I said pocket change,
it was literally 5 platinum pieces. That's pocket change. That's coins you just have on you.
I couldn't. I was laughing so fucking hard when I saw the message.
Yeah,
Incredible.
You didn't specify.
Yeah. No, I did not.
Yeah. That's the 5 worst rated homebrew magic items.
Yeah.
Let's move on to homebrew backgrounds. A fairly new addition to homebrew.
Who am I?
God.
I mean, it's existed as long as the homebrew has. Like, what am I thinking of for? I don't know. All of these have been around as long as the thing have, but like typically homebrew backgrounds you don't really think about because the backgrounds in D&D themselves are pretty fine as they are. So homebrew backgrounds, lowest rated homebrew background. Who am I?
By a long shot, minus 100 points versus second place,
shot, minus 60. Yeah. Posted by Pit Cherry on August 21st, 2018.
Is that not Cherry or is that Cherry?
You are
I think it's
Pit Cherry? Whatever. You are any class, and you don't know what your name is or how you forgot yourself. Skill proficiencies. You are proficient in sleight of hand, arcana, history, nature, religion, animal handling, medicine, survival, and performance. You aren't sure why you know these things. It may have to do with your past. You are welcome to change suit your character. Okay. Proficient in tool or kit fitting your character.
Okay. So it's quite literally just the Mollymawk background.
Understand 10 languages. You're free to pick.
10?
10 languages. Wow. Equipment. You are equipped with 5 things from your past. At least one has to be a weapon, and you can have one wondrous item. Others can be thing that suit character.
This is somebody started a D&D campaign and all of his players had this as their background. This is what happened.
Yeah.
Like this was a start of a campaign.
Feature, what is this? You get things from your past. You may ask for an item from the GM once you remember big parts of your backstory. Note GM has to agree to item.
I actually really fucking like that. Of like you're wandering and you're like, wait, I recognize this pocket knife. Like
A certain magic was placed on you. Either find the one who did or find things out yourself. Personality trait. You have oh boy, hold on. Personality trait and a flaw. You have weird bursts of knowledge, probably knowledge from your past. Gain a 1d6 to all intelligence and wisdom checks 1d4 times a day. And a flaw.
Bad,
you have Terabale nightmares every few nights, 1d6 nights a week. You have to roll, ROLE, a 13 con save or get 1 point of exhaustion, 2 if you get a nat 1. Oh boy.
I love a good knowledge, you know?
Knowledge.
Especially not like the deli. Yeah.
I actually don't mind this. I'm gonna be real. As a start of a D&D campaign, this sounds fun.
What do you mean? 10 languages? 10.
I mean, look,
3 would make more sense.
At first level, you can learn tongues. Like,
yeah, I thought it's second level spell, or did they change that for D&D?
Is it second level? It might be
second level spell, yeah.
All right. 10 languages doesn't bother me if I'm being honest.
At least one of your equipment items has to be a weapon that you gain from your background. Never mind that you gain your equipment from your class, not your background.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or no, you can gain equipment from your class, from your background. Never mind. So that was Who Am I?
I really don't mind that actually.
Secondly, we have Isekai Otaku.
There we go.
Posted by Bungus III on August 28th, 2018. 7 days after Who Am I was posted.
They were in a meeting together. They were workshopping, like...
minus 60 points. Isekai Otaku. Oh boy, this is very simple. You were transported to this fantasy land with powers you have yet to understand. Skill proficiencies, you have double proficiency in all weapons.
Okay.
Sure.
Sure. Feature untapped power. Every 5 levels, you gain +1 to your proficiency modifier, stacking with your proficiency bonus. That's fun. That's actually kind of fun.
Nonsense.
Yeah.
Suggested characteristics: have a weird hairstyle and have either red, blue, or white hair. That's it? That's all?
Okay,
where's the harem aspect of it?
You don't have to be. No, you don't have to be isekai and be a hero.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah.
Fine. Where's the slave section on this then?
Oh Jesus.
Y'all are the ones making it specific now. I'm just saying.
I am actually so here for this as well. I love this.
It's very. You would have to have the world to go with it, but surely, like, yeah.
Yes. Even like double proficiency with all. Yeah, you double proficiency with all weapons. Isn't that broken when you get no other proficiencies?
Yeah.
I mean, all weapons be a class.
Yeah, all weapons are. Now that I say it, all weapons is pretty big.
Yeah.
All of them.
Kinda.
Yeah, all weapons. Double proficiency with all weapons.
And at level 20, your proficiency bonus
you had
plus
something
6.
going here. You had something.
You have
going.
+6, plus that you gain 1 for every 5, so that's another 4. So you're at +10.
Then
so
you're
plus. Yeah.
No, definitely
so
not.
+20.
+20 before weapon modifications.
Yeah.
Like,
Exile. Next we have Exiled God. Hearthlife 4589 posted the 2 days after Christmas 2018.
They were
minus 52 points.
Okay.
Exiled got no description. No description. 3 dots.
Skills?
Skill proficiency. Skills all. Proficiency all weapons, all armor, and all equipment. Tool proficiencies. Proficiency all tools. Languages. Languages no. All languages. Equipment. You get a magic greatsword, so you may hold it with one hand if you have a strength 14 or up. You also have some plat armor. Also, you have a pouch of 35 gold pieces.
That feels low for a god. You only have 35 gold?
I know, right? Like,
God of poverty.
Feature worshippers. Worshippers. Since you are an exiled god, there are some people who worship you, so you can get away with anything. And most people who know you, who you are, will give. Most people who know who you are will give gifts to you. See.
Okay.
We're going back to the very beginning of this video when we had mind control. This has all the calling cards of someone who doesn't want to try. Who doesn't want to put effort in? Who doesn't want to have any agency? They just do. They just have it, and they do.
This is the kind of person, and I've said this before, that if you get tired of collaborative storytelling, if you think D&D should be a single-person game, go write a book.
I feel targeted, but that's very true.
This is a person that probably should just sit down and write a book about a god being exiled.
Oh, by the way, suggested characters, you probably think you are important and immortal. You probably are super selfish.
Same.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
Said the dad of 2.
Yeah. I'm immortal.
Man. Look at
that. I was going to say one of the grossest statements of my life.
Oh! You get spells! At 3rd level, you get Hunger of Adar. At 4th level, you get Summon Greater Demon. At 6th level, you get instant summons. And at 9th level, you get Wish.
Okay.
You get access to all of these. You can
play. Adar seems oddly specific, though.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah.
You can play all but Wish whenever you want. You may use Wish once per level.
Okay.
Wow.
Sure.
Good God. I think this is a little bit overpowered. Just a little. This is so stupidly vague and overpowered that it makes me think the guy who made this was a new player trying to mess with his DM who was likely also new.
I mean, fair.
1, 2, 3, 4, who? Weak. Needs a buff. This does not make you immune to the Wish spell. 0 out of 10, bad background. I think this is a little underpowered. I think you should get immunity to all damage to make up for getting gifts only from people who know you. And I'd suggest making it able to cast Wish at first level. Why is it so weak? We should get Wish as a cantrip. Yeah, this, yes, the Know Everything class. That was posted March of this year.
Ooh.
That comment was posted March of this year. People are still looking at this. I mean, we are. Look at us.
Yeah, we're here right now. We're doing.
Hi. Say hi, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube. Next up, we have Abandoned. Oh, man. Okay, here we go. Posted by Terra, with a P, 3.
Patera.
On December 10th, 2019. 44 negative points. The abandoned are the ones who have had a good life. They were a soldier or maybe a noble, but the abandoned have given up their life, have wandered, have had a purpose, who are seeking something. Most abandoned just wanted to be free, to have a life of adventure, but some have been kicked out. Their old life turned against them.
That's fair. That's
Okay.
a fair background.
Skill proficiencies. Choose 3 from acrobatics, animal handling, athletics, arcana, perception, investigation, intimidation, deception, stealth, survival, and sleight of hand. Choose 3. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. You are proficient in 2 different tools of your choice. Sure.
Fair.
You can understand, write, and speak Draconic, Dwarvish, and 1 more language of your choice.
Sure, the most isolated races.
Draconic and
Yeah, that
Dwarvish.
makes
Yeah,
sense.
no, I can get that, yeah. Oh boy, wait a minute. I think I see where this went wrong. Equipment, you star out with an Explorer's Pack or a Dungeoner's Pack, a short bow or any simple weapon, and 50 silver pieces.
Valid.
Bold, going with silver. Feature, telepathic dominance. You can talk to a creature within 50 feet radius that you can see. The creature must roll a DC 13 dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, you can talk to that creature. You don't have to share a language to communicate. On a successful saving throw, the creature is frightened. You can also manipulate objects under 20 pounds. You must make a DC 10 dexterity saving throw. On a successful save, you can lift an object, open a chest or a door. It's X. On a failed save, you can't use this ability until the next dawn.
Why is talking to someone telepathically a dex save?
Brain flips.
That's what's wrong with this? Brain
Yeah,
flips.
no, that's what's wrong with it. Yeah.
Don't speak the language? No problem. Suggested characteristics. Abandoned usually chooses any chaotic alignment.
Oh, really?
No, really? Okay, they don't have spells with theirs, thank God. Yeah, this is, it was perfectly fine until the feature. Like,
Yeah.
it was perfectly acceptable. Like, yeah, absolutely. Telepathic dominance.
It also kind of came out of left field. What does that have to do with leaving your life behind?
Exactly, right?
You left people because you could read their minds and you felt uncomfortable because everyone's a pervert.
This is just the story of the protagonist of Baldur's
Valid.
Gate 3. This is just,
Is it? I've never played it.
Oh.
I
It's so
don't
much
want
money.
to play it.
Yeah, no, just get rid of that and I think it's fine. Just replace the feature with something else entirely, and I think you got something going there. And 5th worst rated on our list is Wildborn, posted by
Right off the back.
Obelix360.
Before you even click on it, I'm calling it right now. The little brother from the Wild Thornberries that was voiced by Flea, that's the Wildborn.
Oh,
Did
for
it-
sure.
Which, if you didn't know, yeah, Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers did that.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah, that was Flea,
for
Red Hot
him.
Chili Peppers. Who Dippy sat me down and made me look at him nude.
Wildborn.
Out of context.
Listen.
Out of context.
There's
Out
a
of
documentary
context.
that I love about
It was a very-
Woodstock
He's naked?
99.
Yeah, he is naked. He's fully naked.
He's
yes.
fully naked on
Okay.
stage at Woodstock 99. It's crazy.
It's a phenomenal documentary. I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Well, I know you'd recommend it.
Wildborn. You were born and raised in the woods living with the elves.
With the elves?
Elves. Uh-oh. We're going wrong right away.
Jesus.
Skill proficiencies. You gain proficiency and expertise in all skills.
And expertise?
And expertise. Tool proficiencies. You gain proficiency and expertise in all artisans' tools, gaming sets, weapons, armor, and musical instruments.
I'm laughing because I read ahead.
Languages. You know all languages.
What kind of elves are these?
Equipment.
They're-
You gain anything you want.
Anything you want.
Anything you want. Feature raised by elves. You have advantage on all checks made to do anything with elves, and you are constantly under the effects of a speak with animals and plants spell.
This feels more appropriate for the exiled god situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, this swap no, because the exiled god had almost all the same shit. Like it really did.
This is better than the exiled god.
It is better. Yeah.
I actually really like the vibe of speak with animals. I think should still be a spell as a class feature or like a background feature that you're just always under the effects of speak with plants is really funny to me.
That is pretty funny. Suggested characteristics, use Outlander characteristics. So you have to use a different background's characteristics when you pick this background. This is just Outlander plus. This is just, it's just so... It's so ridiculous. Oh my god. Well, why would a person who lives in the woods have so much proficiency? Exactly.
That's fair. That is fair.
If it was like only survival and like nature and medicine, maybe it would make a little bit more sense.
So that's your top 5. Oh no. Aphrodite follower.
Oh no.
Oh no. You are a worshiper of the Greek goddess Aphrodite, goddess of love, beauty, pleasure, and procreation. Uh-oh. Persuasion and deception proficiency. Yeah.
Sure.
Makeup kit tool proficiency.
This is fine, actually. This
Language
is not that
celestial.
bad. Yeah.
Equipment makeup kit. 6 colors of lipstick, 3 brushes, 2 colors of eyeshadow.
I would also say costumes as well.
Explorers.
Yeah.
Explorers pack. Perfume.
No, this is fine.
Perfume.
You learn charm person.
P-U-R-F-U-M-E.
That's fine.
This is fine.
Feature blank blank. Spell list charm person. Suggest character blank. Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah.
It could be much worse.
All of that for following a god that can do 5,000 damage to anyone within 3 million feet of them?
All right.
Here's a question. Are they a follower or are they a simp?
Fair.
Aphrodite.
I want to know what youth is, because at some point you're not youth anymore.
You have been a kid until today.
Oh, so you're just playing a child.
You can use your imagination. That does so Ipu have easy to find a solution. Characteristic childlike.
This one.
Dudley, can you pick up Peak right now so we can step away from this and jump off a cliff together holding hands?
You have been a kid until today. Oh, wow. That's fucking incredible. Asger Thusgard. Fucking April 26, 2020. Oh my god. You have been a kid until today. You can use your
When will my life begin? Got kicked
now,
out.
today.
Yeah.
Incredible.
No time to explain, son. Take this rat and go hunt God.
Yep. All right. We have 20 minutes until our next break, and we have 2 more categories. Let's see what feats look like. All right. This is probably the lowest rated thing we have seen so far today.
Yes.
This is feats. These are things that your character can pick up on multiples of 4, or in other cases, but these are feats. These are proof of your capabilities outside of just improving your scores. 1,000 miles, 10,000 views, 42 ads, 25 comments, minus 303 points. You may take this feat if you are not greater than level 4 and have a constitution of 9 or less. Also, you must have traveled through the wilderness on foot for 45 of the last 60 days, or have traveled on foot from one known point to another 1,000 miles apart, without your breaks in travel totaling more than 15 days.
That's a lot of requirements.
So what do you get through all those requirements? Add 2 to your constitution. Adjust all previous hit die rolls to reflect your new constitution, which is something that you would have done with this anyway.
Yes.
Adjust all your other stats that your weak constitution has affected, which is something that you would have already done with this anyway. You get to add 2 to your constitution if you've traveled 1,000 miles before reaching level 4. Boing!
Yeah, that's... We've been trying to fix a lot of these. I don't know what the fuck to do with this.
I don't know what to do.
I would say remove the level 4 requirement.
Yeah.
And also the con modifier. like the con requirement is just because if your character's con's 9, you've made to level 4. You have a very kind DM.
Oh my god. It's awful. It's the worst thing we've seen today. All right. Yeah, this is just
bad. I don't have anything to rip off this.
Ted Ursey, I don't know what you did. I don't know what your DM did to make you make this. Or if you are the DM, I don't know what you're putting your players through. But don't. That's pretty awful.
Yeah.
And then 2 more that are triple-digit negatives. Adrenaline
yeah, a lot of these
surge.
are pretty low.
Adrenaline surge. Mr. Pandarica. Yeah, this is almost all negative.
Yeah.
Okay, adrenaline surge. Prerequisite. Regires.
What?
Regires.
Regires.
You have honed the art if battle as if a dance. The angrier you become, the more ferocious you are. A raging barbarian is child's play compared to your ferocity. While raging and have lost 1/4 of your max health points, you enter adrenaline surge. Your movement speed is plus 30, and you have one extra attack. While raging and have lost 1/2 of your max health points, you enter Adrenaline Surge Stage 2. Retain the benefits of Stage 1. Your blows deal more damage. Add 2d10 to your damage die rolls. Your skin hardens like stone and your AC is plus 2. Okay, so you already move 30 feet faster, have an extra attack. You deal 2d10 more damage regardless of what you're attacking with, and you have plus 2 AC. While raging and having lost 3/4 of your max health points, you enter Adrenaline Surge Stage 3. Retain all benefits from Stage 1 and 2. Your attacks come in waves. Your bonus action can be used as an attack action. Your body dulls pain easily. Now you gain resistance to all non-magical damage.
Okay.
That's what high-level barbarian stuff should do anyway.
Yes.
While raging and have dropped to 0 health points, you enter Adrenaline Surge Stage 4. You're dead, but you enter Adrenaline Surge Stage 4. Or you're unconscious at least, and you enter Adrenaline Surge Stage 4. Retain all benefits of 1, 2, and 3. Once you hit 0 health points, Stage 4 starts, and instead of going down, you begin regenerating health. 2d12 every turn. Your perception of events unfolding is unparalleled. You have advantage on all checks and all saving throws. Once you are no longer raging, the effects of Adrenaline Surge fades and cannot be obtained again until a long rest is performed. Once Adrenaline Surge has faded, you do not suffer the 1 point of exhaustion from raging you normally would. Instead, you suffer 5 points of exhaustion. Okay, wait a minute here. That's crazy. Because
5 points of exhaustion will kill you, though. In regular 5e.
No.
Yeah.
I thought 5 points is enough to make you immobile. It is not enough to kill you. I don't.
Is it 6 to kill you? Is it?
Yes.
I think it's 6 to kill you. Yeah.
So this, I like this as a barbarian subclass because this isn't that far off a Path of the Zealot. Path of the Zealot, like if you Zealot, sure. I've been saying Zealot my whole life apparently. Path of the Zealot, when you hit 0 HP while raging, you don't die until your rage ends.
Yeah.
At level 14 or higher.
I'm aware of Path of the Zealot having that feature. That's a good feature. Why is this a feat?
What does this
prove? What does this prove?
Yeah.
30 extra movement speed, 1 extra attack, 2d10 extra damage, 2 extra AC, bonus action used as an attack action, and all non-magical damage resistance. And once you hit 0 hit points, you regenerate 2d12 every turn.
That's where, I'm going to be real, that's where it loses me. Everything else, I'm actually kind of okay with.
Everything else is kind of okay, yeah. Your perception of events, you gain advantage on all checks and all saving throws. So wait, once you exit Adrenaline Surge Stage 4, that's when you get 5 points of exhaustion.
Yes.
It takes a day. It takes a long rest to heal 1 point of exhaustion.
Yeah.
So you are out of commission for 5 in-game days.
To be fair, basically, your body refused to let you die, and your body started quick healing itself, so your body's gonna have to recharge.
Yeah.
And then it becomes a game of self-care.
just self-care. You enter like a vegetative state.
I really don't mind this if I'm being fair. Like,
By the way,
I don't.
The prerequisite is regires.
That I don't understand. What are they misspelling?
Probably requires barbarian.
Something.
Yeah.
But like, what does it require? Nothing. It doesn't require anything for you to be able to
You
do
can
it.
take this not as a barbarian.
It references you having to rage to do it, though.
Yeah, so you would have to be a barbarian for sure.
Which there should be class-specific feats, but not species-specific feats.
Regires.
Facts.
Right. Unless it's like halfling's luckiness, because that's just fun. But like that's.
So next we have.
Slight objection.
Next we have can't touch this. Butter isn't Kai. Butter isn't Kai. Or Butter is Neat K.
Fight me.
Or Butter is Neat K. 10/17/2018, October 17, 2018, 142 negative points reviewed.
This is also pretty big, yeah.
You've been pushed to the brink more times than you can count. As a response, your body has learned to automatically react offensively and defensively to a threat. No prerequisites, by the way.
Okay.
You add 10 to your initiative and 30 to your speed. All right, already.
Jesus Christ.
10 to your initiative and 30 to your speed. You have advantage on dexterity and strength saving throws.
Okay.
While you are wearing light or no armor and wielding no shield, your AC includes your class modifier and your dexterity modifier. What is a class modifier?
I think they mean level. I would assume they mean class level.
Maybe, hopefully. You gain the monk class feature Flurry of Blows. This ability can be used as a free action against an opponent who makes an attack against you.
A free action, not a reaction. A free action.
You are immune to the following effects: grappled, paralyzed, petrified, prone, restrained, stunned, and unconscious. You're immune to falling unconscious.
Okay.
So at 0 hit points, you just die. Because if you can't fall unconscious, that means you're dead.
Or, again, going back to Path of the Zealot, you can just make your death saves while still up fighting.
Yes, true. That's also fair. Whenever a melee attack against you misses, you can move up to 10 feet away from the aggressor without provoking an opportunity attack. This movement does not count against your total amount per turn.
Oh, Jesus.
On any initiative rolls, you can chose to strike any one enemy within 5 feet of you once for each weapon you draw before the fight begins.
I am going to draw a dagger in between each finger.
Yep. And you can choose to hit one enemy within 5 feet of you.
1, 2, 3,
10
4.
times.
I can do 8.
8, yeah, 8 times. Yeah. On your first attack of the combat, you may triple the damage dice of your weapon. This does not apply to sneak attack dice.
Oh, that's good. That would be way too overpowered.
That would be pretty bad.
Right, because it wasn't overpowered before.
Yeah.
Whenever you score a critical hit, you may also double your ability modifier when calculating damage.
That's fair. I like that. That's fair.
Your con bonus to health is doubled each time you level.
Jesus. Oh, probably not compounding. I was thinking like compounded doubled.
Yeah, no, it's just your con bonus. Instead of getting 5 extra, instead of getting 5 health for +5, you get 10 health for +5.
+2 initiative, +5 movement speed. Get rid of the immune section, and this is fine.
That's all.
Yeah, that's all.
There's a few extra things I think that you should probably cut down.
You think so?
The alert feat gives you +5.
Yeah, that's why I said +2 to the initiative.
Okay.
Because you get all this other shit.
And the speed, I think, should be 10, not 30.
Okay. So you're going higher than me. I said, did I say 10? I said 5 or something there.
You said +2 initiative, +5 feet, +5 speed. Yeah.
Yeah, advantage on dex throws, no armor, gives you a better AC. Like, this is basically a monk. You're playing a monk in a different class.
Yeah, pretty much.
I feel like if you were, like, this would be a class-specific one. Make this should be monk, but they have to be at least level 10 before they can use it.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
Again, the fact that there are no prerequisites on this is what really throws it for a loop. Yeah, is that you can just take this as your human feat at level 1. And you now have the power of a level 15 character in a level 1 body.
Oh, you move. I would say it takes a reaction to move away without causing an opportunity attacks, and the movement is only 5 feet, not 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with our chatter dragon. Anytime you try to use the stuff, can't touch this by MC Hammer does start playing.
Oh, absolutely.
MC Hammer
it
plays
is
in
a
the background,
cursed
of
feat.
course,
You can only use these class features if you are physically playing.
MC Hammer is playing.
Yeah.
If MC Hammer is in the room.
If MC Hammer is in the room. You can only use this if you're MC Hammer.
Yes. That really balances it, actually. I think that
balances it out. I think it is a one-person feat. All right. Next we have.
Are you MC Hammer?
Next we have full power 100% in parentheses, posted by Control Alt on April Fool's Day 2019. So it's obviously a joke. Clearly, when you oh boy. What this is bare bones. When you use 100% full power, your physical dexterity and strength max 30 for 1 hour. Once you use this feat, you cannot do so again until after 1d4 days.
You're Kaiokenning, basically, from Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I actually have no flaws with this.
I feel like you gain a point of exhaustion if you use it. I would say.
That's fair. Yeah.
And if you try to use it more than once, every 4 days, if you try to use it like a second time a day, roll a D100.
Something about this, I can't tell what it is, but I just don't know if this is meant to be taken seriously or not. There's something about it, I don't know what it is, that shouldn't be...
We've taken literally, you can't touch it with more seriousness than this, excuse me?
No, I'm making a joke. But really, this is so simple. It's so simple. I have no flaw with it.
Brett, I do like the idea of trying to use it more than once per day. What is it? Roll a D100 and what?
And on a 10%, if you roll 10% or lower, you just die because your heart gives out.
I like it.
Yeah, you just die.
You just die.
And then number 5 on the list is Adept Training by Makwa. February 15th, 2018.
This sounds like a normal feat. I want to say this sounds
requires a dexterity score of 13 or higher and a wisdom score of 13 or higher. Having spent decades honing and training your mind and body, you have finally become the ultimate weapon. Unlike traditional warriors who may use a wide assortment or variety of weaponry, the simplicity of unarmed or close quarter combat is one that appeals to your nature. Due to its extensive physical and mental training you have had to endure as a student, you are comfortable in your capabilities, but there's always room for improvement. So what have you truly mastered, your mind or your body? Increase either your dexterity or your wisdom score by 2.
It was going so well. It was going so fucking well.
You want to spend you want to take a 4th level feat to increase, do you want to increase your ability score by 2, or do you want to take a feat? I want to take a feat. Okay, what feat do you want to take? Adept Training. Great, they read all of that, they see the effect.
It does become an in-lore reason as to why that happened instead of just
it becomes a lore reason. It becomes a lore reason, but there's truly nothing else you could have added to this? You already have to have a dexterity and wisdom of 13 or higher. This is so grossly underpowered. That's why this is so low rated.
Yeah.
Because it does nothing. It does nothing that an ability score improvement wouldn't have already done. So we're going to take a break here shortly, but there is Absolve Sin. What could this possibly mean? Oh, wow. Must be a cleric, paladin, or trained by someone who knows the spell. The spell?
The spell.
This
is the spell.
It's a spell. No, wait. This is a spell that was put into the feats category.
Yeah.
What? You may absolve the wicked of their sins at will. This spell only affects neutral or evil-aligned humanoids. Yeah, this is a spell. We're not looking at that. It's a spell. Jacob's big feet? What is this?
Okay, yeah, no.
You become the DM. This was posted last year by Kathunk the Barbarian. You become the DM.
Thanks, Kathunk. By the way,
wow.
Yeah.
Dadley, can I use that feat for tomorrow, by the way?
You know what? Actually, yeah, I'm okay with that.
And it has no prerequisite. Yeah, Dragon Engineer is absolutely right. This has no prerequisite. You beat me to it. Love it. That's the feat I was looking for. The largest feat. Gotta downvote it so he sees it next time he does this. Oh, this is for XP to level 3.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I love XP to level 3. Yeah. But yeah, no.
I can't believe he's a dad now.
What do you? All right, I get. Before we go to the ad break, aimbot.
Aimbot. Oops. Aimbot. All of your ranged weapons and spell attacks automatically hit.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't know what you were expecting. That's exactly what I expected from something called aimbot. Like, that's pretty good.
It is very reminiscent of the new episode of Game Changer. Yes.
The new episode of Game Changer?
Yeah, have you seen it yet, Dippy?
No.
All right, check it out. It's
okay.
Good. It's good. It's a good time.
Yeah. Let's see if we can knock out one or two more before the break message starts.
God?
God! You're a god. You can cast Wish at will and cannot suffer a mishap. Wish does not cost anything for you, actions, components, etc.
Okay.
Yeah.
No prerequisite, by the way.
Yep.
No. No, my starting feat? God.
My starting feat? God. All right, one more, and then we'll go to break, and we'll look at subclasses, and then an outro after that.
All right, no, never mind. Instead, let's do quick game before break. We each get one sentence to build a broken feat.
One sentence?
Yeah, it's a 3-sentence feat. I'm gonna make it right now in DNDBeyond.
Oh.
What's the title?
The Dapper feat.
The Dapper feat.
Gain 10 to your saving throws and AC.
All right.
Every round of combat, gain 100 gold pieces.
And then Dably, close it out. We'll go to break.
You gay now.
With that much money, I'll be anything I need to be.
We'll finish off this episode with subclasses right after this.
That's already over? Oh. Welcome back.
Oh, wait, no. And welcome back.
Welcome back.
So, to close out our episode today, we have the worst rated subclasses on D&D Beyond.
Not looking good.
This is not looking good because this is the lowest single rated thing we've seen this entire thing. Minus 590 overall negative points. 5,000 views posted by Mavahos.
Yes.
October 5th of 2021. So this has already surpassed many of the other things in less time.
Yeah.
It is the Abajirai Samurai. I hope I said that right. No, I don't. This is a terrible thing.
Maybe it's great and people are just bullshitting.
Nope.
All right. Base class rogue. Followers of the Samkurat samurai follow codes of stealth. The Samkurat isolate their home island called Moijo Toji and their massive Japanese-style home. Death attack. Double your sneak attack at 3rd, 6th, 9th, 12th, 15th, 18th, and 20th level. Double. So you start with, what is it, 3d6?
Yeah.
So at 3rd level, you get 66. And then at 6th level, you get 12d6. And then at 9th level, you get 24d6. This gets out of hand very, very quickly.
Yes.
Samurai increase. Choose one type of damage. Add 3d6 of whatever damage you choose to any attack you ever make.
So poison, lightning, fire, whatever you want it to be. Give me force damage.
Yeah.
Samkurat loyalty.
It could be true damage.
Yeah, it could be true damage. Samkurat loyalty. Call upon 10 samurai. Their HP.
Oh God.
Their HP is 50. Their AC is 16. Their weapons are a katana, a longbow, and 2 daggers. They are all drow.
Okay.
Why drow specifically, I wonder? Sweep of the dragon. The powers of the Samkurat are unleashed within you. A Chinese-style dragon bursts from the ground and eats you. You are now that dragon.
The Kung Fu Panda 3?
After 7 hours in this form, the dragon lands at the nearest land and fades into you. In this form, your health is 150, your AC is 18, your flying speed is 140, your ground speed is 15. Your attacks are Fire Breath, which does 5d6 times 6. 5d6 times 6? Jesus. The other attack is Tail Whip, which does 10d6. Final Breath.
Well, that's fine.
Your HP increases by 100, your AC is now 20, and any attack you make becomes 30d6 plus sneak attack.
Plus sneak attack. Yeah, I'd let you play this, Tippy. It's fine.
What, me? Me?
Yeah, you.
I've calculated the sneak
play
attack for level 20. It's 384d6.
Holy shit.
Oh, that seems fair.
But still not enough to defeat Aphrodite.
Yeah.
This definitely tickler though with that.
Yeah. This is the one shot we do. You guys build characters out of nothing but the homebrew and try to take down Aphrodite.
Like the overpowered homebrew, yeah.
Yes. Nothing is off the table.
Can we make our own homebrews?
Yes.
I win.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, that's fucking awful. That's abysmal.
There is no fixing it. I'm gonna
There's
be real.
there's no fixing
None.
that. All right. Next up, we have The Wolf Pack Hunter by Nacho Magic from 2018. 204 points, higher than a lot of other things that we've seen.
Yes.
Base class Ranger.
Okay.
All right. Wolf Cub. At 3rd level, a wolf decides to come along for the journey you are taking.
Okay.
Sure.
So you get a wolf animal companion. That's fine. That's fine. Wolf's Bite. At 7th level, your melee basic attacks do 1d20 damage.
we've talked a lot about D20 as a damage die. It's not terrible. I'm not against it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wolf Brother.
I wish there was more D12s.
Wolf Brother. At 11th level, you deal 15 or more damage with a melee basic attack. Or when you deal 15 or more damage with a melee basic attack, your wolf can make a melee basic attack against target.
Okay. That's reasonable, actually. I'm not against that.
Ascension. At 15th level, you gain one of the following features of your choice. Wolf's Coat, you wear the armor of the wolf, which gives you a +5 to AC, or Wolf's Fang. Your arrows and blades are made from your teeth of your family of wolves. That has no effect.
It has no bearing on what it
There's
actually
no
here's the
bearing
question.
on what it actually does.
Yeah.
I feel like it should get poison damage because you're using rotten teeth.
Yep.
Yes. This is fine.
Well,
This actually is not terrible.
so
It's not terrible.
This is my one grievance with Rangers, and like the
Yeah.
Ranger, like Beast Companion. The Beast doesn't level up with you.
Fair. Yeah.
Anytime I have a person that wants to play a Ranger, have a familiar or a pet or something like that, like as a companion, every time you level up, it also gets an HP increase like you guys do.
That's fair. That's valid. I like that.
Yeah. So that's not egregious.
I don't understand
I
how
guess it
it's
feels
200 downvotes.
Yeah, I guess it's just either underpowered or they must believe that it's underpowered.
I guess.
Something like that. I don't even know.
It's not terrible.
It's not the worst thing in the world.
Wolf, if it's just a basic wolf though, that's the wolves in D&D 5e are so squishy.
Right.
They are. That thing's gonna die so quick.
Yeah.
Maybe have the wolf level up to a dire wolf, or like keep, like I said, kind of keep leveling it up.
Yeah.
Something like that. Something to make it a little bit more than just this.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, wolf has
Next
11
up-
hit points.
Next up, we have the Godfallen from Locust Hydra.
Okay.
Posted January 2nd, 2019. Minus 92 points. Base class sorcerer. All right.
Sure.
True passion. Excuse me. True passion. At first level, you feel your body move before your mind does. You can fight with anything you get your hands on. Whoa.
That
doesn't even make sense.
it doesn't mechanically do anything. Like, you need a mechanical effect with this.
No, that's just proficiency with all weapons.
That's Tavern Brawler.
Yeah, okay.
Foresight. At first level, you can add 2 to your dex roll. Is that talking about the 2 dexterity stat? Probably?
I guess so.
Blade lock.
Yes.
At 5th level, you have an ability to stun an opponent for as long as you lock blades.
What?
So I'm guessing like in
Like a-
combat.
Yeah, like a
you're-
rapier kind of vibe?
Yeah, kind of like you lock blades, like you it makes sense, doesn't it? Surely.
Surely.
At
Kinda.
10th level, you can fire. At 10th level, you can fire all used and unused spells in one turn, hitting one or more opponents.
What?
Oh, so
You get to
a one of everything.
You just get to unload
Yeah.
all of your
You
spells.
get to unload one of each of all of your spells at one or more opponents.
Okay.
That's actually
Sure.
That's kind of fun, but
It's huge, but that's
it's
fun.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soul warp. At 20th level, you are able to teleport from place to place, giving you a jump on the enemy.
Okay.
No given range, so you can basically go from here to Oslo,
Yeah.
there's whatever you want. No downside. No, guys, my brain is broken. From the amount of bad that we have seen today.
Now, that's that's worse than Wolf Hunter.
It is
Wolfpack
worse
Hunter.
than Wolfpack Hunter. I will give it that.
Yeah.
Oh boy, here we go. Fourth on our list
Zoomer!
is Zoomer from Doodoo2209.
Okay.
Posted February 10th, 2019. Minus 75 points on a rogue. The Zoomer is the most agile archetype from Rogue. It can take
be right
fast
back.
and high dashes
Okay.
and jumps, climb and swim very fast. Convenient, no? Speed boost. At 3rd level, you have your speed doubled, okay? We're off to a wonderful start. Whenever you grow up 2 levels, add 1 dexterity ability point.
Ooh.
You have advantage in any dexterity rolls involving acrobatics and strength rolls involving athletics. I don't know how
you have
you
advantage on acrobatics
something.
and athletics.
I don't know how you involve something.
Yes.
Or no, that is right, isn't it? Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought it was involving INV. No, it is involve. Am I losing my mind?
Yes.
Involve. What the fuck is this? What? It's a dental provider. You lied to me. Speed of thunder. Thunder doesn't have a speed. That's just the speed of sound. I think, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
At 9th level, as a bonus action, you can run into your opponent and cause 1d4 damage without an attack roll. After this, you return to your original position before the bonus action. Oh, that's actually kind of fun.
It's like a charge.
Yeah,
it's like,
you charge
gotcha.
your enemy.
Like,
you charge your enemy. They take 1d4 damage, and then you return to the position you took before you took that bonus action. That's fun.
That's fine, actually.
I
like
at
that.
9th level, 1d4 is not nearly enough for 9th level if that's what you're doing. But it's fun. I like it. Extra attack. In 13th level, you can attack twice instead of once whenever you take the attack action.
Fucking broken. Get rid of it.
13th level? Whoa. My god. Wait, is there a rogue class that actually gives rogue multi-attack?
Or
do all rogues get multi-attack at a certain level? This is the level of broken my brain is. I don't know the basic D&D stuff when I say it.
No, none of the rogues get multi-attack. Let me double check because I did a quick Google.
Does just the base rogue get multi-attack is I guess my question.
I'm looking it up right now. No, it doesn't. Base rogue does not.
Really?
Yeah.
So yeah, giving rogue multi-attack, that's perfectly fine. Yeah. Speed aura. At 17th level, you exhale an aura who double your ally's speed in an area of 90 feet and gives advantage on athletics and acrobatics rolls. So, athletics and acrobatics are always at advantage.
Yes.
You double your speed. You can dash into an enemy, deal 1d4 damage to them, and then teleport back to your original position. And you get an extra attack. That's... Yeah. I don't have a problem with that. I think, despite everything, I think having your speed doubled, despite everything, I think the rest of the class doesn't really get in the way of it. Or
no, it doesn't.
It doesn't make it more powerful than that. Like...
Yeah.
I think that's fine.
Yeah, I think it's perfectly fine.
Yeah,
I really don't think it's that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad. Now, last required reading. Phoenix Mage on the Sorcerer. So 2 rogues, 2 sorcerers, and a ranger. Alright. Phoenix Mage. Base class sorcerer. You are an elemental mage. Your attacks are fire, even though it may not burn. Your element decides the color and effect of your Phoenix fire.
Okay.
Alright. Phoenix Force. You have access to the power of the Phoenix Force. Your spells are based in fire, however, your element decides the color and effect of the flame. This class is only available to an elemental Nephilim. Your element is created into a flame and your effect is unique? What does that mean? I don't even know. Pact of the Phoenix. The Phoenix has granted you power. You are a master at your element. The energy of your element is the force of your power and skill.
They just didn't know what they were doing when they made this. Like, I almost feel bad making fun of this one because it sounds like somebody wanted to play D&D, was excited with an idea, made a homebrew subclass,
and then
not knowing the mechanics.
Yeah. Order of the Phoenix. You have become a member of the Order of the Phoenix. You are now a Phoenix Lord. All the power you have is that of your element and the power of your Phoenix friend.
It's a kind of like how evocation wizards are all about explosions and fire, things like that.
Yeah.
They were trying to do something like that, but with the Phoenix.
Mm-hmm. High Phoenix Lord. You now possess the powers of the Phoenix Lord. The highest level of Phoenix Mage and command limitless power. Yeah, this is...
it was just somebody excited to do something.
They uploaded their own image! Look at that!
Yeah, good for them!
That's awesome!
This is ones I don't like making fun of.
I was about to jokingly ask, so at level ? I get to be played by Mark Hamill because Phoenix Lord, haha. But then I went back and checked, and no, my memory gave this trash more benefit of the doubt. It doesn't even list levels. This was posted like 3 months ago. This comment was posted 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Guys, you can possess the power of a Phoenix Lord. What more could an elemental Nephilim want?
I'm gonna look at what an Nephilim is real quick.
Oh, this is just sad.
Yeah.
It's just that they were really excited and they didn't think
whoever made this,
I see.
I hope you're still playing.
Right.
I sincerely hope you were...
I feel silly.
What?
The Nephilim were referenced in the book of Enoch, a part of the Old Testament Apocrypha, and they are offsprings of the sons of God, daughters of men. Basically, the children of angels, the ones that were drowned out during the flood. Giants, kind of like what you think of like Heracles or other characters like that. So basically, you're playing a demigod or a child of an angel.
Okay.
And you're trying to call upon a phoenix, which, depending on your mythology, is basically also another form of smaller deity.
I'm sorry. Yeah, this is a beginner's class. It got a lot of downvotes because people are sad and don't like fun. Barbarian Master of Anything tempts me.
Yes.
What is this?
Let's learn some stuff.
Yeah.
Let's learn more stuff.
Yeah, hold on. Base
stuff.
class barbarian, master of anything. Guess what that means? Literally anything. You can learn anything you want, fam. At third level, let's learn some stuff. At third level, you gain 2 skill proficiencies and 1 expertise and proficiency with any weapon.
Oh, shit.
Okay, no, this is a good start. Let's learn some more stuff. At 6th level, you gain another weapon proficiency as well as... Oh, no, sorry, it's any one weapon.
Yeah, any weapon you pick, yeah.
Let's learn some more stuff. At 6th level, you gain another weapons proficiency as well as an expertise and proficiency in heavy armor.
Sure.
Okay, sure.
Let's learn more stuff. Even more stuff. At 10th level, you gain 2 more skill proficiencies as well as 2 expertise, 2 weapon proficiencies, and an expertise.
Okay.
And let's learn even more things. At 14th level, you gain expertise in 2 skills, expertise in 2 weapons, and expertise in any armor type.
So here's a question.
Yes.
You don't get any of your rages or anything with this. So you're just a beefier guy who really likes to learn stuff.
Yeah, no.
You're just a really
You still get your basic
guy.
rage. You still get your basic rage. You still get all the basic barbarian stuff. It's just you gain a lot of expertises and proficiencies. You become a barbarian.
Here's the thing. There's no references to the rage though, or anything like that, like you would with your regular barbarian subclass.
There's no reference to rage at all. You just have a basic rage. You just have a basic rage.
There's the basic guy that's got a D12 HP.
I
love this so much.
Deeply love this.
Positive point. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Austin.
Fucking
what's with the big battle hammer?
Master of anything from Gwuzblith. Gwuzblith, you made a hell of a class, man.
I would play this, and my rage comes from not knowing things.
So you just throw a temper tantrum?
Yeah, I just throw a temper tantrum.
Oh, I love that. I think that's actually perfectly fine.
Sword was not for children.
My bad.
Uh-oh.
Thank you.
Oh, geez.
I left a sword in the living room.
Oh, no.
So you're just happy to see me.
Nice.
It's a Kirito's sword, actually. And it smells like shit, which worries me that this metal sword smells so bad.
When's the last time you cleaned it?
Never.
Mineral oil with a soft rag.
It has no blade on it whatsoever.
Well, no, but it's just to make sure that there's no rust or anything. It's mineral oil.
It's just the metal itself, yeah. So that concludes our adventure into terrible homebrew. Lads, that was a hell of a thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my.
And what a good one to end on.
Yes.
Yeah, what a great one to end on.
There
after
we go.
Everything was said and done. Hold on.
I can look
I'm
like my
still
true weeb
transitioning.
self.
There we go. Yeah. What a great day.
I should just mount this and the Master Sword on the back of my chair.
There you go. Yeah, this was an episode I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
This was an episode. You are correct.
I am exhausted. So much bad. So much bad. There was a lot of merit to a lot of things that we saw.
Honestly, yeah.
But...
And no one died. No one died of the cringe.
But oh my
Yeah.
god. Oh, jeez.
Dippy almost died of the cringe, apparently.
Yeah. Media Rex?
Media recommendations. I have been watching some more movies again. I've been keeping up. What have I watched recently that I would recommend? I would recommend... Did I recommend the Oceans trilogy?
No.
What did I recommend? I know I recommended something specifically last time.
Yeah, that's how it works every week.
That's how it works, no, but like... Okay, well then my recommendation this week is going to be the Oceans trilogy, of which all 3 were on Netflix, but now they're not. They disappeared at the end of June. That's why I watched all 3
rude.
of them. Like, I don't know where they are now, but they were all available on Netflix for a period of time. And I am speaking specifically about the Oceans trilogy with George Clooney, not Oceans 11 with Frank Sinatra or Oceans 8 with Sandra Bullock. Those are outside of that kind of trilogy. They're all part of the same franchise, and I think slightly part of the same canon, but
No idea.
I'm only talking about Oceans 11, Oceans 12, and Oceans 13.
Yes.
All great
From the
movies. Yeah, great from the 2000s, the early 2000s.
Really? Am I crazy?
2001, 2004, and 2007 was when they came out.
Yeah.
Oceans 11 was a crime that I hadn't gone that long without watching Oceans 11. I was surprised at how much I liked it. It was a good
It's a good movie. Yeah.
Fun heist movie, great. Oceans 12 went off the rails a little bit and had too convoluted of a plot and too many characters and too much going on all at the same time for it to make any sense. And there was basically no heist. It was very stupid. Oceans 13 brings back the concept of just pulling off a heist and did it better than Oceans 11. I liked 13 better than 11.
This is not my media rec, but have you seen a movie called The Art of the Steal?
The Art of the Steal, I have not.
I've heard of it, but I don't think I've watched it.
The Art of the Steal, I want to stress, is a bad movie.
Okay.
Until the last 10 minutes. I've never seen a movie's ending make me sitting through an entire movie being like, this is dog shit, to be like, no, wait, that was kind of a good fucking movie. Like,
oh dear.
it's interesting. It is sincerely interesting that when you sit back, you're like, wait, that ending fucking saved it. Like, it definitely worth checking out.
So there you go. So yeah, my recommendation is the Oceans trilogy.
The Oceans trilogy, if you want to watch it, you have to rent it on YouTube or Amazon right now, currently.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Unless you have cable, in which case it plays on TNT often.
Yeah.
My media rec, Dippy's reviewing movies. I've recently been talking about how I've been reviewing albums. And instead of being like, here's the latest album I checked out that I really liked, how I review an album is every song gets scored out of 10, and then I take the average of that.
Oh,
and then
sure.
And then, so that's like the base, and then I can go up exactly 1 point or down exactly 1 point based off that focal point. I don't know why I did this, but that's made sense in my brain. I have made a playlist, and I'm going to put it in the Dapper D's chat right now, so you can put it wherever you need to, of the songs I've rated 10 out of 10.
Nice. Any of my recommendations?
What?
Any of my recommendations? I was just being charged.
Not yet, but I also haven't sat down and listened to a full album of anything you've recommended.
Wow, that's a really cool logo for that playlist.
I know, right? I was very proud of that.
All right, I'm gonna save this on Spotify. I will copy the link. I will put it in the Dapper recommendations chat when.
Yeah, made a playlist of my 10 out of 10 songs. I will say, All My Friends by A Day to Remember is on there, and then I saw a bunch of people on TikTok calling it coworker music, and it hurt my feelings. Be nice to me.
It hurt my feelings.
But yeah, really good shit on there. If I had to recommend anything, the first thing on it, something written by Metronome. Fucking amazing. Metronome themselves, amazing French musician. Yeah. Brett, you got anything for people?
I do. I recently have gone back and started watching The Mentalist.
Oops. Ooh.
Brett, can we just like chill and talk about The Mentalist?
The funny thing is, I've seen a few episodes of it before. I haven't got like sat down and watched through all of it, but it started showing up on my like TikTok and YouTube shorts. Like, you know what? I like it. And I watched the pilot with the missus, and she's like, Brett, it's like watching you on TV, and it's fucking annoying.
I fucking love that show.
It's very, very good. She just gives you the stink eye every time he does something, because like me and the main character will smile at the same thing he says. And she's like, no, you can't do that for me, Brett. I'm like, what?
What's the matter?
What are you watching it on?
Hulu. It's a free on Hulu.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
I fucking love The Mentalist.
It's the same era of television as like Lie to Me, Sherlock, like 2008 to like 2015. Great. Absolutely hysterical.
I distinctly remember sitting down to watch The Mentalist, White Collar, and Burn Notice.
Yes.
Like, that was like the core TV back in the day. Like,
yeah. And NCIS.
I never got into NCIS.
After season 5, don't do it, in my opinion. But
NCIS and what is it? SVU is Cocomelon for boomers at this point in my life.
That made me laugh a little more than I thought it would.
You can put it, if your grandparents are annoying you, go put that on the TV and watch them just sink into their fucking chairs and be like,
I put on Seinfeld for my grandparents.
That's fair. I actually love Seinfeld though.
All right, so there's media recommendations, life advice, upcoming schedule, and then we'll get out of your hair.
My life advice is, if you're gonna make D&D homebrew, have thick skin and an open mind.
You're correct.
That's just good life advice for any sort of like
it is. Have thick skin and an open mind is just good life advice, period.
Yeah.
My life advice is
I have to redeem channel points for Brett's advice, don't I? That's how it works in your streams, right?
In my stream, yes.
Oh. My life advice is you can make whatever game you play, whatever you want to make it. Just don't expect anyone else to understand it right away.
I'm gonna get a little crash with mine.
Go for it.
If you're gonna fuck up, own it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But if you're gonna complain about fucking up, don't fuck up.
There you go.
Hey, Brett.
Yeah.
Hey, Brett, I fucked up. I fuck up a lot, actually.
Oh no.
And there's nothing wrong with that, because you own up to it. And I respect you for that.
Fair.
Incredible.
Fair.
And with that, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule. Tomorrow,
Dark Energy finally!
The conclusion of Dark Energy!
I'm gonna put a little asterisk on that. The conclusion, as long as the party doesn't go completely off the rails.
Oh, sure. Okay. Hey, we gotta go to that castle.
I can't force you to finish the fucking
hell you
series
can't.
there.
Hey,
Like,
Dadley, we gotta go to that castle.
which castle?
The castle north of town that has all the people in it. That has all the cultists in it, remember?
You can if you want. I'll tell you right.
If you want.
Give me any investigation check. It could be a nat 1. You're gonna find out there's nothing there. They all left.
Damn.
It's all Playboy magazines, and they're slightly used.
It's all Playboy magazines, and they're a little bit sticky, but only on the articles for some fucking reason.
Only on the articles. Oh my god. So
for those younger in our audience, Playboy is a.
Oh my god. Read it for the articles. Read it for the articles. Anyway,
all right. Playboy used to was one of the first publishers of Stephen King.
That's
really?
True.
Yes.
That is surprising. Okay.
So yeah, Dark Energy tomorrow.
Dark Energy
is there
tomorrow.
Moonlit Mist this week? Moonlit Mist on Thursday. No Inquisition on Friday.
Good to know.
And then
no.
I said no Inquisition.
No Inquisition on Friday. Okay, yeah.
So
yes, Moonlit Mist, no
Yes,
Moonlit Mist. Okay, yeah, just making sure. So yeah, Inquisition we will try to pick up like next week. I've got some stuff going on. That will impede this week, but next week should be fine.
And then tune in exactly 1 week for the Dapper D's playing Uno.
Exactly. So, we are always happy to play Uno for you.
Brett, you want to come play Uno?
No.
Okay.
More of a go fish man myself.
No.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Goldfish, man. That's perfect. So, until then, thank you so much for watching. We've had an absolute blast. This was a really tiring episode. So, next week, tune in for Uno. But until then, I've been Dippy.
I've been Dadley.
I've been Derb.
And until next time, your adventure matters.
Stay dapper.
Bye-bye.
And roll your initiative. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh.